Hey, y'all. Oh, it's been a week. Family, there's a lot to complain about this week. Reef's here. Where's Reef? Get
I'm
in,
here.
my
I'm
friend.
here.
Reef's here. Sleepy's here, but Sleepy is probably going to be quiet. He doesn't have proper headphones, which is annoying. Sleepy Josh.
Yeah.
Because I like bitching with Sleepy. So yeah. Okay. There
I
is
mean,
a
I'm
lot.
here.
There he is. I know. I just wish you could participate easier. Gamers here. Hi, Angel. Hi, Danny. Hi, Mastermind.
What's up, fam?
I'm very tired, you guys. Not gonna lie.
It's been a long week.
It's been a very long week. It's been like a crazy, awesome week, and then also kind of terrible. Because like some cool stuff has happened. I'm gonna go see Tool. I had a major PR in my deadlift. Like I was having a great week, and then Assange news hits. So
Yep.
for those of you who have been living under a rock this week, Assange had his request for appeal denied. So here we go. Some more. So the plan is, according to Stella, on Tuesday, they're going to resubmit an application for appeal. And I think it then goes to two other judges who, by the way, the judge who denied it, I mean, no surprise, like crazy corrupt connections, and there's all kinds of conflicts of interest, and of course, as is par for the case for everybody who's been affiliated with this, because that's just the way it is. It's a cesspool, right, of corruption. So Stella said that they're going to request an appeal on Tuesday, a new appeal. It goes back to court to two other judges. I think there is potentially a public hearing, if I was reading her statement correctly. I can bring it up so we can see it, but so yeah, that's happening on Tuesday. I don't know what time. But oh, by the way, my radio show on Monday, Gabriel is on. So obviously we'll be talking about this. So don't miss that one for sure. Let's see, where is she? What's today? The 10th? Okay.
Who else you got that week? You got a ton.
Hold on. I can't think.
Yes.
And find this tweet at the same time. Where is her fucking tweet? Jesus. Oh, I should be able to pull it up easier, but I went the wrong direction.
You think
on the tweeters? Ridiculous. God damn it.
Twitter did that thing where it like it won't let me tag anyone. I had to like put in their full thing again.
Oh yeah, that happens to me all the time. And I like, there are people who I talk to frequently who I never see their tweets ever. And
constant.
Yeah, like Vanessa Beeley, I never see Vanessa Beeley.
Yeah, I never see her shit. I had to start like putting that bell on people because I can't see neither shit.
Well, I don't like doing that either then, because I get too many notifications.
No, yeah, I get it.
It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Ugh. Did you guys see the senator that spoke on? There's a couple videos actually. I want to show you guys so we can react to it. Because like, did you Sleepy? Did you see Daniel Fuchs at the Roger Waters concert?
Nuh-uh.
He was outside with the Palestinian flag in front of there was some Israel people protesting Roger Waters, and so he went out there with a Palestinian flag and like waved it in their faces and told them, "Shame on you." I love that guy. I love that guy. So good.
They're all of a sudden pissed off about a bit he's been doing for 50 fucking years.
And it's, you guys, okay, don't get me started again. Don't get me started again. But this is, seriously, The Wall is literally, this is objectively speaking, one of the singularly most anti-fascist pieces of art ever produced. Period. Yep. And so the idea that anyone is trying to pretend that Roger Waters performing that is somehow anti-Semitic or somehow fascist, shut the fuck up. Seriously, just shut the entire fuck up.
Pretty sure his dad died in that war.
Yes.
Yeah.
When he was like 5 months old or something, his father died literally fighting Nazis. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Well, satire isn't allowed anymore, Misty.
I'm so over it, dude. Oh, I'm so over it. I'm so over the Roger Waters thing.
Wasn't it late 70s?
When? The Wall?
Dude, Taika Waititi did a whole movie like a year ago about Nazi kids. Like,
I think The Wall, the album came out in like 78 or 79, and then I think The Wall came out in like 81. The movie.
Right.
It's ridiculous, though.
Yes. It's older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
Well, they've done a couple of things. They've tried to make it to where any anti-Israel sentiment is somehow deemed anti-Semitic. Yeah. You know, like tying both Israel to the Jewish faith and like that. So yeah, it's just ugh.
Oh, here, I found it. Finally, Jesus. It took me forever to scroll.
Nice.
Usually I'm so good at finding things on Twitter. Hold on. Share screen. Here we go.
Also, your video's flipped again backwards.
God
I don't
damn
know
it,
why.
you guys. I don't know. I don't do technology. Okay. Did that come up?
Yes.
Okay. So her statement is, on Tuesday next week, my husband, Julian Assange, will make a renewed application for appeal to the High Court. The matter will then proceed to a public hearing before 2 new judges at the High Court, and we remain optimistic that we will prevail and that Julian will not be extradited to the United States, where he faces charges that could result in him spending the rest of his life in a maximum security prison for publishing true information that revealed war crimes committed by the U.S. government. So Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
She talked to at a Corbin thing today, didn't she? Was that yesterday?
I don't know. I've been kind of offline today. I don't know. I'm just so over this shit, dude. Honestly.
I can't blame you.
Crazy that it is still going on, that this case against Julian Assange is it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. The idea that people are okay.
Yep.
Long ass case.
It's a long ass case, and it makes absolutely no fucking sense. Like, there is absolutely no reason why this dude should still be in prison. Are you joking? They literally spied on him, including conversations with his legal team. That alone should be enough to have the case thrown out the window, right? Like, that period alone. They also were plotting to murder him. I mean, I think we can, that also kind of weighs into, you know what I'm saying? Like, and also he didn't do anything wrong. Journalistic activity. He is a journalist. He performed journalism. He received truthful, factual, 100% verifiable and authenticated source documentation from sources and found it to be in the public interest and therefore published it. That is the literal definition of journalism. He should, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, and the fact that he's over 4 years now in prison, and it's just nuts. It's nuts. Like, you guys know, if I went into it all, you start to sound crazy because, like I said, there's all kinds of conflicts of interest. Lady Arbuthnot was hugely corrupt, had all kinds of nefarious connections to different people with, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like that across the board in this case. And like so many human rights abuses, the way that he's been treated, he's been subjected to psychological torture, like all of this stuff. And it's still going on. Really? It's just, it's nuts. It's nuts, guys.
Yeah.
It really is.
Wild.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how long has it been now altogether, plus the time in the embassy? Like,
probably like 12 years. 12.
Yeah.
What is it? 2023. Yeah, longer.
You asked people to give calls out, right? That's something you did recently. Up.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, I understand that phone calls are not likely to make a huge difference. However, they're easy. It's very easy. It literally takes a couple minutes. You're almost certainly going to get a voicemail. You're going to just leave a message, or you're going to get an intern and you're just going to leave a message. Be very short and concise. And I'm not pretending as if this is going to free Assange, but if enough people call, it does make a statement. And I think that that's what we are lacking here, is that like that mass public pressure. And so that makes a statement, at least. And I don't, it may already be a lost cause. The idea that it's gone on for this long is not promising. You know what I'm saying? It's the outcome's not promising, but what else am I supposed to do? Like, just let them. I mean, we're fucked. I know I say that all the time, but we are fucked.
We're fucked.
We are. I mean, this will drastically impact our ability to speak, protest, educate ourselves. I mean, it's terrifying. It's a little bit terrifying, honestly. I think, and I
the
realize
president they'll use to like go after someone else with what would be set with this. You know?
Yeah. Oh, the Trump stuff.
Yeah.
Can Trump supporters just please stop denying reality? Please, I am begging. Not all of you. I get it. Not all Trump supporters me. I understand. But a lot of Trump supporters, they're like, I can't believe Trump didn't pardon Julian Assange. He's the one that had him fucking arrested. That should not be surprising to you that he did not pardon Julian Assange. It was under Donald Trump that he was arrested. It was under Donald Trump that he was spied on. It was under Donald Trump that plots were developed to assassinate him. That's your guy. And don't come to me like, oh, well, he probably didn't know, or he surrounded himself with the wrong people. Yeah, okay. Then so and that speaks well to his record, and you want me to support, you think you're going to support him now? Like, it's just, they want to have their cake and eat it too. It's kind of like the thing with Russia right now, where simultaneously Russia is going to take over Ukraine and then the entire world, but also they're getting their asses kicked by Ukraine. So we have to keep sending weapons so that we can finish the job. I mean, they want to tell you both sides of that story. And that is exactly what Trump supporters do.
Don't be rude.
I need to get more funny sounds for this show. I can't really use it on my show other than just like clips. I have to be a little bit more serious. I don't know. I haven't figured out a way to, like, I guess it depends on who I have. Like different guests I could probably do. Like if you were on, we could fuck around.
It's mainly timing. Like, you know, you gotta find the right time to throw stuff in. I threw Gordon Dimmock off with "Don't Be Rude" one time, and it just broke him. You know, and he's like, "All right, I won't be rude." You know, like, it was incredibly funny to me. You know.
Yeah, I had Eric Jackman on my show, and he does a Trump impression. Oh,
yeah,
it was like I was talking to Trump. It was actually a little bit creepy. Yeah. Eric is
Trump's
so
the
good.
weirdest.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good. I wish Jimmy Dore would have him do phone calls with Mike McRae, because that would be hilarious.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
That would be hilarious.
The hardest thing with Trump is just not to overdo it. You have to just really bring it back, and then it's accurate.
Eric is so good.
His brother does the best fucking Alex Jones, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to have his brother on my show. Eric was supposed to. I need to probably.
You had Fisher on recently, didn't you?
I did. That was fun.
Yeah.
Ford was good.
Fisher's great.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I appreciate his work a lot. I mean, being out, like literally out there in the streets and covering actual activism, and you know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of that, so I'm very grateful.
I caught your episode with Rubenstein too. That was great.
Yeah. That was fun.
I
haven't talked to Alex in forever.
It's
been forever since I talked to Alex, because my show was on so late before.
Yeah.
Now I can talk to more people, which is good. So much better. Oh my God. 6 o'clock is so much better than 11, y'all. So much better.
Dude, that NED lady is just the dumbest person on the planet.
Wait, hold on. We can play that if you want, because I actually do have that on my, I think, Leslie on. From the National Endowment for Democracy.
Oh God.
Yeah. Did you hear this? Oh, I think I erased it. Shit.
I haven't heard the audio, but I heard you talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have it somewhere.
It was so bad. I mean, she literally said, "I'm gonna sound like an idiot. I don't want to sound like an idiot," and she did sound like an idiot. Like, Max was schooling her on her own organization, like educating her on their history. And she did not come prepared for that. I don't know what she was thinking initiating that conversation. Honestly, what was she thinking? That was not going to go good for her. It's just weird.
I think I have it in this.
It's so funny.
Just go scroll. Scroll. It was like the last. We talked about it on INN News too. So I have it in a PowerPoint.
I had it on my thing, but then I messed it up the first time, and so I had 2 of them on there, and I went to, and I went to delete one, and then ended up deleting both because I do what I do, and I just didn't go back and redo it then because we were already done.
Here, and then if I go back, why did it? I had to go to the thing now. Did I just find it easily? Okay, cool.
I mean, Max has tweeted out. Grayzone's tweeted it out. I think I tweet. Did I tweet it out? I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
This thing right here.
It's so
Thank you so much. So we're just there's been several callers where there seems to be the implication that National Endowment for Democracy is somehow linked to the CIA.
I have 2 short clips.
Of the CIA, or I forget what the exact language was. It was like a cutout of the CIA. I'm not really even sure what that means. And I just wanted to reach out and
I'm not sure what a cutout means.
You guys are getting that because we're not part of the CIA.
Well, no.
That you are a part of the CIA. The term cutout refers to specific remarks that have come from 2 of your founders, one being Alan Weinstein and the other being Carl Gershman, saying that it would be terrible for democratic groups around the world to be seen as subsidized by the CIA. We saw that in the 60s, and that's why it's been discontinued. We have not had the capability of doing this, and that's why the endowment was created. Similar quotes from Alan Weinstein, who said, a lot of what we do today was done covertly 25 years ago by the CIA.
Well, the National Endowment for Democracy was founded under the initiative of CIA Director William Casey. He wrote a letter to Reagan's Attorney General Ed Meese on a small working group to make recommendations to the president on the merits of creating a national endowment in support of free institutions throughout the world. And the NED came to being through a compromise between Bill Casey and Bill Proxmire, who was a senator from Wisconsin. I'm not sure if you know about this, but Proxmire had insisted that the NED be completely firewalled from the CIA. And ultimately, the CIA director, Casey, got Proxmire to compromise and reach an understanding that the Senate would essentially approve any U.S. intelligence involvement with the NED. And, at the time, the NED was sponsoring the American Institute for Free Labor Development, which was absolutely a CIA proxy operating under the auspices of the AFL-CIO. And they helped elect a right-wing military thug in Panama. His name.
Really?
Buffering.
Why? Buffering. Why? Why does it do it to the ends of videos too? Right? I don't get it.
One of many figures that the NED has helped to bring to power by sponsoring groups that were seeking to overthrow governments the same way that the CIA
Max just hits her
covertly. I can give you many examples
and over.
I mean, I'd love to have all that history and all that background. I mean, that's not how I understand our history to be, and maybe you know more than I do.
Maybe he does know more than you do, crazy lady.
Maybe. I think he's made that abundantly clear. I mean, I don't know what a CIA cutout is, really? I mean, come on. And seriously, Max just hits her, boom, 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 like constant. She did not come prepared for that.
We do not work with the CIA.
Okay.
How many times did she say that? I promise you, we're not the CIA. We're not the CIA.
The whole thing is like
CIA.
45 minutes, isn't it? It's like a crazy long. Apparently she used the word dude a lot. Yeah. Dude, we're not.
Dude, we're not the CIA.
And Alex,
I promise, dude. We're not the CIA.
About any concrete provisions that formally restrict the NED from working in any fashion with U.S. intelligence or enabling U.S. intelligence to shape its agenda to the issue of violence. I pointed you to Leopoldo Lopez, Juan Guaido, and the Venezuelan opposition, which participated in violent Guarimba riots, which left dozens and dozens dead. These figures attacked the Ministry of Justice in Caracas, had the building set aflame. And we can also point to Felix Maradiaga, whose IEEP in Managua, Nicaragua, received hundreds of thousands of dollars of grants from the NED. Maradiaga was filmed inside UNAN, a Nicaraguan university, alongside armed gunmen and thugs associated with criminal gangs as they took over a university and then began to attack the Nicaraguan police. These riots in 2018 between April and July, which I personally covered, I interviewed victims of the violence there, left over 200 dead on both sides, including 18 police officers. Then we have Bellingcat, which receives hundreds of thousands of dollars from the NED. This is a media organization based in the US and UK. And its Russia director, Christo Grozev, as Alex recently reported, went on Sky News to justify the terrorist bombing of a cafe in St. Petersburg, targeting a Russian war journalist, Vladimir Tatarsky. He said that this attack, that Tatarsky was a legitimate target. That's his precise words. And he disputed the idea that the cafe was a civilian target, even though it clearly was. And I just wonder how any of this fits with the NED's mission of supporting peaceful transition when these people are on the record and in the streets participating in violence and justifying it in media.
I mean, we do not support or condone violence. Absolutely.
No, you would never.
People have beliefs, and we're just as you do. We support independent media. Sometimes those media have different beliefs. They may say things that are different from what we say. We are not there to censor them.
Pause it for a second. She just said we support independent media. No. What she means is we support Bellingcat.
Mm-hmm.
Not independent media.
Mm-hmm.
CIA cutout. That's another one of those things, lady.
But we do not, as an institution, condone or support violence. I'm not going to pretend that I know the ins and outs of every single one of these scenarios that you have laid forward for me. I'm not a country expert in those places.
Okay.
But I will tell you that Ned is not part of the CIA. And we don't support or condone violence. And it's hard for me to think of how I will go back and look at the statute that created us. I'm not sure if there's any specific, I just know how we work and what we do and who I work with every day. And there's no CIA agents.
You promise?
But I will absolutely.
Do they have to tell you, or is it entrapment?
Some of the things that you brought up.
We definitely appreciate that, and we don't appreciate that the CIA might deceive.
I love this.
Well-meaning person like yourself by operating undercover as they so often do.
It's just the right amount of condescending. It's just the right amount of condescending what he just did there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's the perfect amount. And yes, Max is like an encyclopedia. Yes. And people like that freak me out because I have a hard time. Like I know things, but my brain freaks out when I'm trying to like think of things. And so I'll often a big thing that I do is superimpose words that sound alike. You know what I mean? And then that makes me panic. And then you know what I mean? And they can just recall this stuff. Like I might have to like calm down and think about it. But in conversation like that, there's sometimes that I get overwhelmed and my brain stops working. And they're just like Whitney Webb. She freaks me out. Like the way that she's able to recall all of that information and store it in her head and have it easily accessible. And especially with her remembering all the damn acronyms that she deals with, it's intense. All those letters, I would fuck it up 100% all the time. You know what I mean? Like people like that impress me.
Yeah.
That's not how my brain works.
No. I mean, I got Nova Scotia and Newfoundland mixed up in my head the other day on the show. I often get
Bagram and Baghdad. That's a big one for me. I don't know why, but that's a big one for me. And then I sound dumb because I'm like shit.
Yeah, because it's because we're not, but we are.
We are. Yeah,
like I accept my dumbness.
Yeah, my brain is just a little fucked up. Sometimes, it's just how our brains work. I don't know. I wish I had that kind of recall. I wish.
Would be nice.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. But luckily we're friends with Rain Mans out there, Remember that stuff for us.
I'm sure you're gonna get in trouble for saying that, but it was funny.
There's 150 there's like 98 toothpicks. How many toothpicks are in there? There were 5 left in the box. Anyway, what else do we have to bitch about, Misty?
Okay, hold on, because there was some shit I wanted to get. Okay, first of all, we need to do these. Did we do the phone calls? I don't think we did. We got very distracted. On it. But I was gonna pull it up so that we could all see the phone numbers. So hey, grab a pen, guys. Grab a pen. We're gonna make some phone calls. We just got hardcore distracted.
Yeah.
Hardcore distracted is what just happened. Okay, so we are calling Congress 202-224-3121. Why do I have an echo?
That's Angel. Hold on, I got you.
What? Oh.
Angel joined.
Oh. Okay.
You good?
Okay, so 202-224-3121. This is for the Capitol switchboards. You can just call and they'll, put you in the right direction to contact your congressperson, your representative. So call, also your senator, call, leave messages with whoever, do the thing. If you want a script, my friend Paula has scripts that I should add to this actually. But yeah, so just call this one for the Capitol. Encourage these people, especially in the House, to sign on to the Rashida Tlaib letter. It's toothless. It is a strongly worded letter. But again, it's an easy thing to make this phone call and encourage people to do that. And even that is, if we can get more people to sign on, that helps make it more mainstream acceptable, which is really the goal. So, it's much easier when like the New York Times signs on. So, okay, so call the Capitol, tell them to sign on to the Rashida Tlaib letter, call the Department of Justice. Obviously here, just tell them to drop the charges. They have a comment line and they also have a main switchboard. So 202-353-1555 for the comment line, and then 202-514-2000 for the main switchboard. And just leave a message and don't be crazy, but it's okay to be angry, but don't be crazy. Call the White House, obviously demand the charges are dropped. And yeah, use the fact that Trump opened this on Democrats. Use that to your advantage. If you are talking to Democrats or liberals or people who are of that bent, use the fact that this is a Trump initiated witch hunt against a journalist. Do that, because that is something that might get you an in. You know what I mean? At least get them to listen or consider, because they don't like Trump at all. So, yeah. But call the White House, tell them. Oh, and the White House, by the way, we have hours that we're allowed to call and leave a comment at the White House. So it's only Tuesday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern. That's the only time you're allowed to call and leave a message at the White House, which I think is hilarious. That there's like calling hours at the White House. Okay, so
wait till it's down to like 15 minutes a day or some shit.
Right?
Yeah.
So like seriously, from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. from Tuesday through Thursday, you can call and leave a message. It just makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh. Okay. Also, I have beef with Amnesty International. Call them and tell them they keep tweeting about how this is terrible. This is a terrible injustice. But they have yet to declare Assange a prisoner of conscience, which is a very easy thing that they could do. They try to pretend as if they don't have the resources to do so. It's literally just a statement. It's like you put out a press release and we declare Julian Assange as a prisoner of conscience. They did it for Alexei Navalny. Weird. And Julian Assange, I think, is actually a prisoner of conscience. So the idea that they have yet to do this genuinely makes me. It's not surprising. It's not surprising. But I have an echo again.
I think Angel got it.
I just had a really terrible echo again.
Am I good?
Weird.
That's weird.
Maybe. You have headphones on. It should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine.
I think you're okay now.
Yeah, I had to switch my headphones.
Cool.
Shitty headphones I had on.
What was the other thing I wanted to? Oh. Does anybody know what happened with the Roger Waters video, the Double Down News video? Has that been reinstated? I'm looking now.
Maybe. Did they pull it down?
Yeah, on Twitter.
They got pulled down.
Okay, yes. Okay, 2 hours ago, they said the video has now been reinstated. Okay, so for those of you who did not see what happened here, this was something else that was very annoying. I'm wondering what Elon Musk's excuse is going to be this time, because he keeps having all these excuses. Oh, it was an accident or whatever.
She's a web.
I have an echo again.
Yeah.
I might have just.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to. I hate hearing myself. Terrible. Okay, so it says our interview video with Roger Waters, which reached over 1.5 million people, has been deleted. This is extremely disturbing to Twitter. Elon Musk, can you please help explain and reinstate the video with Roger Waters? So they just straight up deleted it. I don't know if they've been given an answer, but they just straight up deleted it. And the video in question, if you have not seen this, go watch it. Roger Waters discusses the accusations against him in terms of anti-Semitism and fascism and all the dumb ass shit they've been saying. And he also talks a little bit about his dad and all of that stuff that we talked about earlier. So it is a very good video. I think it's like 25 minutes long or whatever, but it's a very good video. So Twitter just for whatever reason, just deleted it. So
yeah,
so ridiculous. Okay, so apparently though they have reinstated it as of 2 hours ago. So they just tweeted out. All they said was the video has now been reinstated. No explanation. Oh, did they give you a reason? Unfortunately not. We've yet to receive a response. Weird, isn't it? I mean, it's so stupid.
Angel's watching sports. That's what's going on. I can't.
Oh.
I'm also watching sports, but no one can hear my sports. You know, you know. Like, I gotta watch people beat the shit out of each other while we're bitching. You know.
Yeah. I
So.
get it. Yeah. So yeah, that was crazy. I don't know why Twitter. I would like an explanation. I think that people should know.
Yeah. Well,
why
I mean,
it was just suddenly
the stuff that's
down.
allowed on Twitter, and then the stuff that gets pulled down. I'm like, what? I can literally see people run over by a New York City bus.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. But, a guy talking about how the Palestinian people should not be in an open air prison, that's somehow bad. Like, not even showing the open air prison and like the atrocities that happen there, just talking about it, like, but porn can come up right in my feed and that's fine. It's just wild. Like,
yeah. It is wild.
So
it is wild for sure.
Who knows?
Yeah, and the whole Roger Waters thing, it just seems very conveniently timed too. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, dude's been on tour for over a year, and nobody's had a thing for 4 decades to say about the wall, 5 decades, whatever it is. And now suddenly, it's just ridiculous. It honestly is just ridiculous. It makes me laugh. Roger Waters. They're trying to paint Roger Waters as a fascist.
And a lot of the people that have come out and like did that shit, they know they're old enough to know the fucking wall, dude.
Yes.
These aren't.
Did you guys see
the
oh motherfuck, Sam Husseini and Matt Lee, and what's his face from the Department of State, Patel. I don't know. I'm terrible at names.
Patel?
Nope.
Okay.
I forget. It's like Vendant Patel. He's like a hold on. No, he's like a talking head.
I'm thinking of
dude.
Starbucks sizes.
Sam Husseini. It's Sam Husseini's video, I think.
Okay.
So let me see if I can find it. It's good though. But they challenge some talking head douche canoe on the Roger Waters thing, and they like tag team it, and it's beautiful. Nice. Hold on, come on. I'm usually so good at finding things.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
I mean, the amount of the amount of bookmarks you probably have, like me, is probably also terrible.
Well, and then I also panic when I'm looking, so I scroll too fast, and then sometimes I miss it.
Yeah.
Come on.
But
is this it? Hold on. No.
Probably.
No.
Did you see? While you're looking for that, did you see the boot?
The what?
Did you see the Gray Zone's boot coverage? The coverage of the boot by the Gray Zone? No. They found a boot. No, like it got covered up because of the other terrible news that we'll probably talk about in a bit.
Oh, yeah, the Nord Stream. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There was like, if they found a boot by the Nord Stream, the people who work on the pipeline were like, it ain't ours. We don't go out there. The people who hovered over the boot but didn't actually put it in their investigation were like, yeah, that's not our boot. We didn't leave it there. But it's conveniently used by U.S. Navy divers.
Yeah.
And the company that makes those boots haven't been producing them since COVID started. So it would have been bought before then. Like, or it was backlog stock, So anyway, what do you got?
So this is that press conference with this turd. This is the turd I was talking about. And it is Sam Husseini and Matt Lee. And I think this is the right one. Yes. Okay, here we go. Wait, are you going to be able to hear this, Reef? Do I need to do something special for...
No, you should be good.
Okay, because I know sometimes on StreamYard I had to make sure like the audio was on and shit, so I don't know. You guys
we'll see.
Your hand up.
No, I hear it.
In his speech today before APAC, among other things, positively cited Ambassador Deborah Lipstadt, ambassador on anti-Semitism. She recently tweeted, I wholeheartedly concur with a European group condemnation of Roger Waters and his despicable Holocaust distortion. The European group had tweeted, Roger Waters' gig in Berlin, is there anything more anti-Semitic than using Anne Frank as a prop on a German stage while prancing around in a Nazi uniform attacking Jews? This is an incredible distortion of what happened. I don't know if you're familiar with The Wall, which is possibly the most classic rock opera in rock and roll history. So unrelenting denunciation of fascism and racism. One of the songs in it features him as mocking a demagogue, like Charlie Chaplin did, and talking to the crowd and saying, are there any queers? Are there any Jews? Are there any blacks in the audience tonight? Get them up against the wall. And then he gets a machine gun and mows them down. It's an obvious attack on fascism, and yet your ambassador is denouncing it and pretending that Roger Waters, presumably because he defends Palestinian rights as well as other people's rights, is an example of anti-Semitism. Are you going to distance yourself from this, or are you going to back?
I've not seen that tweet, nor am I familiar with this piece of expression, so I'm just going to refrain. I'm going to refrain from offering anything else.
You're not familiar with The Wall?
You're not surprised, Matt. No, I know who Pink Floyd is. Thank you. I know who Roger Waters is also. I'm just not familiar
Matt
with
Lee jumping in. I love it.
It caused a little bit.
Also, could they figure out their echo?
Yeah.
You know?
A half ago, 2 weeks ago. So it would be interesting to see, particularly since an administration
that's just in the room
saw fit to comment on it. What you guys think from here?
I'm happy to check for you, Matt, but I've not seen the ambassador's tweet, so I will refrain from weighing in further.
It's not like one ambassador's talking about a subject that's not in their portfolio. She is beyond parody distorting anti-Semitism and criticism of Israel. He used Anne Frank's name as a list of people, of martyrs who he reveres. This is an incredible distortion. I think it's imperative, if the State Department isn't going to wholeheartedly dispense with any pretense about anti-Semitism being an actual problem and only use it as a way of denouncing people who stand up for Palestinian rights.
That is absolutely not.
Proof is in the pudding.
It absolutely is.
That is absolutely not.
And we all know that you can't eat your pudding if you don't eat your meat.
Yeah.
It is a situation where we're talking about a British musician giving a concert in Germany. It doesn't really have anything to do with the U.S.
Matt Lee.
The fact of the matter is that she did weigh in on it. So it's a legitimate question.
Yes.
Damn straight, it's a legitimate question.
Yes, you're goddamn right. It's a legitimate question. I mean, I'm sorry if you can hear Jack. She is currently being really annoying and loud. Sorry. Mom. He's really loud right now. Yeah, but I mean, listen, Sam Husseini is pretty brilliant a lot of the time, right? I like him a lot. But then to have Matt Lee jump in there was fantastic. And like that kind of 1-2 punch and the way they kind of tag teamed it back and forth and made him incredibly uncomfortable was delicious. I wish we had more of that. That would be great. And yeah, I mean, it's the idea that first of all, we have this U.S. special envoy to combat anti-Semitism or whatever it is. It's just like this whole thing is just, I don't know.
Funded by AIPAC?
Yeah. I mean, it's just that's reality. It's not anti-Semitic to criticize the Israeli government.
Maybe have your press guy older than like 25 years old, perhaps.
Well, I don't care about his age. Like you can be brilliant and be young, but
this guy doesn't know about shit like 30, 40 years ago. That's kind of a problem.
Well, and the idea that here's my problem with it. He may very well be too young to know what The Wall is. I will give him that. There's absolutely a very distinct possibility. There's plenty of people in the world who have not seen The Wall, right? Or not listened to The Wall, either or. But it's my issue is that he's trying to pretend as if he hadn't seen the tweet, that he wasn't aware of the statements that were made. Of course he knows the statements that were made. He's not, you know what I mean? Like he's probably on Twitter a lot. He is younger. And like I think it was Matt even said, you haven't been on Twitter. Like what? You haven't been on Twitter at all? Like it's kind of going around.
Yep.
This tweet is going around. It's being discussed. So yeah, the idea that he's trying to pretend as if he didn't know what they were talking about, and he's just trying to avoid it. He doesn't, because they don't have an answer, because Sam is absolutely right. That's not what I've seen the show twice. Him using Anne Frank, the whole thing with that is he flashes people's names. If you haven't seen the show, it's really hard to explain. It's visually very good. It's stunning. It's just very powerful. But there's kind of like I don't want to say cross shaped because that sounds religious. It's not, but there's like a screen that is very three-dimensional. It's very strange, but if you've seen pictures of it, you know what I mean. It's like kind of L-shaped on each side, and across those screens he flashes the names of people who have been killed by the state: Philando Castile, Breonna Taylor, Anne Frank, numerous other people. And he often tries to make sure to include people who are local to the area that he's performing in. You know what I mean? And that's a cool thing, in my opinion, that he does. He wants to make sure that he's in this town. He wants to recognize, if there is somebody to recognize, which there almost always is.
Remember, he puts that Palestinian journalist up there.
Yes, Shireen Abu Akleh, Julian, Chelsea, not Chelsea, Julian Assange, not Julian. God damn it.
He does put that up there, but
he does, but that's in a different segment. That's where I was like,
yes.
Going to but yeah, it's just like there's he just flashes all different kinds of names. There's like a whole segment on it, and so the idea that anybody's trying to pretend as if he was using Anne Frank as a prop, no, he was calling attention, you know what I mean? Like, he reveres not reveres, but I think in Anne Frank's case maybe, but he respects those people and wants to give them you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know. He just wants to recognize them. And I think that that's cool of him. And I just think it's absurd that they're trying to paint that as using her as some kind of a prop. It's not at all the case. If you've seen the show, that's not at all the case. And it's also in a completely different segment than when he's playing the demagogue and he's wearing the coat and he's got the gun. You know what I mean? Like, it's a completely, they try to paint it as if they were happening simultaneously. That's just not accurate. So yeah. And the idea that, as Matt said there at the end, that the United States government is commenting on this at all, it's none of your business. It's a British musician performing in Germany.
I heard that PETA is going to come after Roger Waters next for deflating his inflatable pigs, and that's going to be a whole nother news cycle.
I love too that they try to pretend as if the pig had just the Star of David. No, it has religious iconography from almost probably every major religion, all of them.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure there are some that are not represented. There's a lot of religions, but I mean, the major ones, it's not about it. It's a general statement. Do you know what I'm saying? The idea that they're playing victim on that is just so ridiculous.
It's their go-to.
I know.
And that and playing ignorance, like the NED lady. It's like, maybe you know more. No, we do know more.
Yeah.
Like, stop making decisions if you don't know. Just like Jamal Bowman, who we can definitely bitch about this week too. Who doesn't know about Crimea and the Donbass? Do I need to find that video as well?
He's going to vote to send more money and weapons into that situation, despite the fact that he openly admits that he doesn't know anything about why it's going on. That is an amazing admission out loud in public by a member of Congress. Not really amazing, because I expect that from all of them, honestly. Most of them. I would say there's some that, are probably know a little bit more than he does anyway. But that's just ridiculous, right? Like, I cannot believe he was bold enough to, and he said it so confidently, as if he genuinely thinks that that's the right answer. Because Putin's a madman. Well, what does that mean exactly? And, what exactly has I would be willing to bet that he doesn't even know why he thinks that. You know what I mean? Like, specific examples of things that Putin has done. And listen, not to say that there aren't things that Putin has done, for sure. And you guys have heard me say this a gazillion times. You don't get to that position of power, that like level of power, without being kind of a psychopath. I am a fan of no world leader. You know what I mean? None of them. So I don't trust any of them. So people try to get it twisted as if I'm somehow like saying that Putin's good or whatever. No, I'm not. He's his own kind of evil. You're his own brand of evil. They all are. You know what I mean? In some way, you have to be at that level of power. you have to be kind of ruthless. You know what I'm saying? Willing to do things. Yeah, that's just the way that it is. So I don't like any of them. But he has the way that they try to pretend that he's some the same way that they did with Trump, frankly, that he's some like uncharacteristic and unprecedented level of evil. No, he's not. He's a garden variety psychopath. He's no different, no better or worse than any of them. They're all shit. Period. They are all shit. All of them. I mean, it's just weird that people try to pretend as if like the whole Evan Gershkovich. I never know if I'm saying it right.
That's close.
I don't know. It's one of those two, I think, but I'm not sure which. But people are all up in arms about the fact that Russia has him being held on espionage, but they don't say a word about Julian Assange. Like, it's just the hypocrisy that is so mind-numbing. Really? I mean...
It is bad.
Yeah.
I know I have this somewhere.
And I am his buddy, Miguel. You're right. He's a good friend of mine. He's a nice guy.
He's a good friend. I've got a friend in Putin.
Can we make that like a parody video?
Randy
I think that would be
Newman-esque.
funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. That would be funny.
Here is the gray zone.
I do have a lot of Putin props.
Right?
I do. I have a candle.
Up here.
They don't sell it anymore, though, that candle place on Etsy. They took their Putin candle down.
Nice.
They have other ones. What are you
Where's
pulling
the video? Oh, that's Jamal Bowman one.
Oh.
And
shout out to that guy. Fuck. Oh, what's his name?
It's Liam
Cosgrove?
Liam Cosgrove. Yeah.
I got part of it. I'm usually terrible at names, so.
What do you want to discuss?
The Donbass in Crimea?
I don't know if I know much about that. I need to get into the details and learn some more about that. Yeah.
You know what those are?
No. Tell me. Educate me.
Well, let me ask you this. What's your opinion on the war for Ukraine? Do you support U.S. aid to the war in Ukraine?
Yes.
Why do you support that?
Because Putin's a madman.
He's a madman.
We got to stop him. But
we got to stop him.
War in general.
Okay.
I'm anti-war in general.
Crimea, those are the central regions in Ukraine, which were in dispute and which started the war over those regions.
Okay.
So
walk faster, dude. You should have brought the Heelys.
Well, here's the best part, because Liam, my guy Liam, sticks around.
I think he follows him up, right?
No, he just hangs out outside the building, and then when Bowman comes back out, he's like, "Hey, man, we just talked. Let's talk again." Like, I don't know how long he had to wait, but shout out, homie, for coming through with the follow up. Nice
messages. No. To Twitter, do the thing. Play. Full screen. Thank you. Unmute.
I need to get into the details and learn some more about
that.
No,
that's the other one. That's the first
you know what those are?
No. Tell me. Educate me.
Okay. Here.
Yeah, there you go.
Liam, we just spoke.
Come on, man. What's up, man?
But I gotta follow up because you went
inside.
inside.
Don't. Gotta follow
up. No, you don't.
Alone. Talk to somebody else.
I will, but I have to ask you one more question.
Why?
Because you didn't know what the Donbass was,
yes,
but you still support aid for Ukraine.
Yes,
it was central to why the war started. So shouldn't you?
Well, that's what you're saying. I got to dig in to see. I'm sure others have another opinion on why that war started as well.
Well,
Putin's a madman.
There are multiple factors. Why do you
Who's
think
a madman?
Come on, man.
We need to make that a sound.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all.
Oh, I can do that.
Because
yes,
our
we can.
Foreign policy is crap, and we solve problems with war.
That's the best bet.
Okay, yeah. Can we go back a little bit? Y'all listen, because he does tell some truth here. He tells some straight up truth. I don't know why he does it, but he's probably going to get in trouble for saying these things, but he does tell some truth here.
And the military-industrial complex is mad powerful.
Okay.
And they control members of Congress. That's why wars start. You know this.
I agree with that.
You already know I know this.
But I'm going to go ahead.
So what are you doing about it?
I'm just going to vote. I'm going to go along with that.
Tripping, man.
I'm just going to go along with
What
it.
do you mean, what about it?
Elect me. Vote for me, guys. I'm just going to go along.
Others have. You don't know this?
But if you keep giving the money, does it not prolong the war?
Listen, there's a military-industrial complex that has been in place since America was founded. There needs to be a movement. What's up, brother? Chilling. To stop it. Members like me in Congress.
You vote in favor of giving money to that.
Yeah, you vote for it.
That's a vote in that moment for that issue at that moment.
Yes, that's the problem.
It's not like something I'm going to vote for every time I'm here for 20 years or 10 years.
Except that's what you've been doing.
But does it not give money to the complex? I'm just trying to understand your
anti-war,
rationale.
but I'm
Why
going to vote
are you
to
asking
fund
me
war.
about my rationale? I am totally
You're
not
a prominent guy, and you vote for the funding.
Yeah, you're a congressperson.
And you claim to be progressive, and you claim to be anti-war.
Raise military funding.
You should have to answer
I
these
voted
questions,
against raising
dude.
military funding.
You
Did you know
vote
that?
to support
You didn't know
war.
that?
Regularly.
Why did you vote for the other stuff?
See that? So look at my full record before you come.
Also, how much you want to bet we have?
What starts a war
We have.
before you
That
vote?
is the
I
problem.
know what starts a war.
Your record sucks. You
Who
suck.
is a madman?
Who? Like, he just keeps saying
He's
it.
a military-industrial
He's a
complex.
madman. Who? What
He
the
doesn't
fuck?
want Ukraine to be part of NATO. This is Western oligarchy, imperialist crap.
And I'm just
That's what
gonna
it
go along
is.
with it.
Okay.
You
so,
know this.
So you're saying it's a clash. You're saying it's a clash between both Putin and the military-industrial complex.
I'm
trying to
done,
get to the
man.
bottom
I'm
of your
done.
rationale.
What are you trying to get to the bottom of? We have a society that built nuclear weapons just in case they had to blow up a city. We've been inhumane to each other for centuries.
And I'm going to vote
We have
for
to
more
stop
being inhumane to each other.
I totally agree.
Okay,
For war.
that's it.
But that's why I'm wondering why.
That's a single vote at a moment in time for something that's happening. Ukraine is a democracy.
What
in
the
that
fuck is he
area of the
talking
world.
about?
Putin is a crazy dictator. We are a democracy. We are supporting that democracy and defending itself. That's what that vote was about. That's what support for Ukraine is about. In general, I want the end to all wars. You can't end all wars with one single vote, one single time.
Oh my God.
Nation that's an
Oh my
ally is under
God. Make it
attack.
stop.
But don't you think that when those weapons start being used on Russian soil, and that, and you got to also learn why the war started, don't you think, you're giving money towards something that's potentially escalating it even further, killing more people,
There's a
even more dangerous?
Listen, there's a military-industrial complex.
Take
okay?
accountability, dude.
It's been in place for hundreds of years.
Personal accountability.
We have
It's
to
your
stop
vote.
that
You
complex.
control it. You vote
Okay?
for war.
All right, so let's
Admit
organize
it,
to stop
own
it
it.
instead of
You're
trying
not
to design
anti-war.
gotcha moments for
You
members of
excuses.
Congress. Okay? Do you want to work with me?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do that. Call my office.
Really?
And let's
Call my
organize
office.
to figure out how to do that. Because you know historically how things stop through organizing and through movements. Okay? So from the abolitionist movement to the suffrage
my
movement to the
God.
civil rights
Oh my
movement and many other anti-war civil rights and many others. So you want to work with my office to organize to do that?
I do.
Let's do that.
I do, and I will.
Call our office. Follow up.
I do, and I'm just saying.
I gotta go.
I asked this
I've
to
given
all
you
members,
a lot.
though. I asked it to all members. I'm not
Okay,
trying
I've
to
never
gotcha.
seen you before.
I just got
you
here.
come to me with record. You're in my face recording.
Because he wouldn't have
All right,
answered if
that's
he
how
had seen
do
you
it. I've
before.
never seen you before. You're in
No.
my face recording, asking me questions, trying to.
Yes,
people
you're an
done this to me
elected member of
before.
Congress.
Okay,
You should
so
have to
we'll
answer
see what you
questions.
post, and we'll see how people respond. Because I said other things that you agree with that you probably won't post.
I agree with it, but
Oh my
what I'm
God.
trying to ask you is because you say military-industrial complex, but don't you see don't you see the connection between?
I
I'm
see
good, I'm
the
good. Yeah, you're
connection,
good.
man. But I just
Good.
got here 2021. You got people here 50 years. This industrial complex in place hundreds of years. Come
I
on,
agree.
son.
I asked him too. They
Again,
don't
you,
know
didn't,
about
you
on.
didn't even know.
And you're supporting
right?
it.
'Cause
What
they
does he
know
not
what you're gonna
get?
do,
Like,
usually.
yes, the
You
military
didn't
industrial
even know
complex
that I
does
voted
exist.
against the
You're supporting it.
NDAA
You're
being
voting
raised
to
multiple times. You didn't even know that.
No, I
increase
All
it
right,
even.
you should look that up and post about that too.
I will.
Oh my God.
And then I think he also went and talked to Nate Nadler.
Nadler.
And then this lady as well, right?
There is escalation where Ukraine is now fighting inside of Russia and causing lives to be lost in that regard. Then
Yeah, that's what happens in
we
war.
would have to make a different calculation.
I got some comments from Jerry Nadler last week, and he said kind of the opposite. He said he personally wouldn't care if they do attack Russia with our weapons. So you disagree with him on that?
Oh, certainly. I think, for me, my support for Ukraine has always been to preserve lives. for them to be able to have the resources that they need to minimize the number of people that were being killed because Russia invaded. And in that space, I only want people in battle to be heard. So if there are
what about people who were killed in Donbass?
Ukrainians that are now
what about those people? Do we
attacking
care about those people
in Russia,
or just since Russia invaded? I'm just curious because nobody gave a shit
change
about
your
that.
decision on continued funding and military support?
I would have to learn more, but certainly it does change
my
calculation in the
have
way
to
that I
learn
think
more.
about supporting sovereignty and
it's just not, the data's not in yet, Misty.
It's
just not in.
This is, and I'm supposed, like, I'm the asshole for calling this out, right? Like, I'm the asshole. Fuck yourself. Like, these people suck hardcore. They pretend to be something that they're not. Let's go cause a ruckus. Let's go fight the establishment. And you think that they're actually doing that, and you continue to support them, knowing full well that this is the shit that you get. Oh, I don't know enough about this war that I'm fully funding and supporting, fully voting for it every time. No questions asked. It's fine. What the
Pokemon,
fuck?
go to the polls.
Yeah, just go vote, guys. Go vote. That'll do it. Go vote. Oh my god.
I love that because the election is coming up, that these people have to get like in front of actual people again.
Yeah.
So that questions can be asked.
Well,
God forbid.
No, it's so controlled, Reef. Like even when they are like the debates or whatever, it's all like kind of hand selected people, and the people who ask questions are asking pre-selected questions, and it's like it's all of it is manufactured, and none of them ever have to have any actual conversations with people, like actual people, unless you do like a Jose Vega, and even then you don't get to have a conversation. You just get to yell at them for a little bit until you get thrown out. And that's it. They never have to answer questions. There's never any accountability. They never have to hear about the ramifications of their votes or their actions or any of that stuff, and it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And they yeah.
Why do they always have to learn more every time they're asked a question? Like, why don't you know these things already that you're voting on, fuckhead?
Yeah,
they know.
Yes. Especially something like this, it's fucking war. Not only is it war, but it's like entering into direct conflict with another nuclear power. You don't think you should know what the fuck you're talking about? I don't know. You should probably know
They
what
just
the fuck
like
you're talking
talking
about.
out both sides of their mouth, dude.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I think a lot of them just do what they're told. I mean, we know that what's his name? I think it was Amash, Justin Amash, who did like a podcast or whatever, and he talked about the fact that a lot of the time they just are handed scripts and told how to vote, and the lobbyists write the bills, and everybody just does the performance, and it's that's just how it goes. Like that's just how it goes.
Yep.
And
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, it's all like I say all the time. It's like a soap opera, but with psychopaths. It's all it is,
yep.
And pretty terrible writing, actually.
Well, the writers are on strike, so that they don't have any good ones right now.
That's true.
Oh,
dude, it's June of 2023, and we are already like chest deep into.
I ain't doing this for a year and a half. I'm fucking not. I'm not. I did it last time. I ain't doing it again.
I kind of have. Like I don't. I guess I don't have to.
I don't.
Everyone kind of has to.
Yeah.
Like we have to live here. We do have to pay attention a little, right? Like
avoid it. It is impossible to avoid. You know what I'm saying? It is impossible.
I don't know. I've been staying off Twitter a lot. That's been a good way to avoid it.
As
but I can't. I have to be on Twitter for my job.
I know.
You know
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. I'm like so basically like every fucking like 2 years I have to fucking deal with it. I'm like, I don't want to see like that's all my feed is. It's gross.
It's
just live stream all the bunnies eating strawberries, Sleepy.
Trump RFK.
Oh God.
And
now Chris Christie and Mike Pence and Marianne Williamson, and it's a fucking clown
and Cornel
show.
West.
And Cornel
West. Like it's such a clown show. It's
like,
just ridiculous.
All of them kind of milk toasty.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
On you screamy cat.
None of them are actually going to challenge power. None of them are actually going to get substantive change. I mean, listen,
like
they won't even fight for like an actual primary. Like they're not even really
right.
Has Marianne Williamson or RFK Jr. like actually gotten
strongly worded letters is all I've seen.
Yeah.
How many
let us debate?
any of the shit that they run on, how many times have they actually done any of those things if they get elected? Zero. Not in my lifetime.
Nada.
Like, why do you
Zero.
even care what they're like talking about? Like,
no.
I
Because
just
it's
don't
all
understand.
just talk. It's just
It is.
platitudes. They're pandering to you. I mean, it's
dude, it's like the old school WWE shit where they like
Yes.
just be talking shit against the other player or whatever not, and like,
Yeah,
it's just dumb.
and frankly,
I don't give a shit.
yeah,
I
don't
really
either.
don't.
No,
You
I
know?
really don't. I do. I guess I do. To the extent that I'm angry that we keep having to go through this over and over and over again, and that every 2 to 4 years people get sucked back into this ridiculousness, and we have it's like I just said, like the hamster wheel. We are on a fucking hamster wheel, and we cannot get off of it, and it's painful every year. I'm like, this is going to be the year, right? Everybody's going to finally recognize that. Y'all, you cannot vote your way out of this. I do not know what it is going to take to get people to understand that, but the election system is completely fucked. Completely. Our electoral process is fucked from front to back, side to side, up and down. It is completely fucked. There is nothing about it that is legitimate. Y'all, you can't even get an audit on the elections in the United States of America in the year 2023. We have no idea what is happening in our elections in the year 2023 in the country that's like, we're all about our democracy, right? We're really proud about
we coup countries for being like 2% off of exit polls, and we just got rid of the polls.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We're just not doing primaries. We're just like, yeah, no, fuck you. We're not doing
Nah.
and everybody's just okay with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just mind blowing to me that people are fully aware of that, especially the people on the left who are pretending as if we can vote our way out of this and who are like now Kennedy or Williamson or Cornel West or whatever. It is, you live through 2 Bernie Sanders campaigns, like 2 of them back to back. You got fucked over in broad daylight, back-to-back election seasons, and then you're like, "Yep, I'm gonna sign up for that again."
Time.
The third time's a charm, y'all. Let's do this.
Come
on. Come on. Come on.
Oh my God, Kat,
It's
what do you want?
just frustrating. To me, it seems so obvious, and a lot of people are so married to the electoral process. Like, they really genuinely think that we can just, if we just vote harder, if we just get enough progressives or lefties elected to, I mean, honestly,
you have a whole squad of them. They ain't doing jack.
No, nobody's doing.
Come on, man.
And in fact, they're actively working
research.
against your interests. It's not even just that they're not doing the things that they promised they would do. They are actively working against you. Those are the people you got elected.
They're doing the opposite.
You
want to
just and you want to just keep doing that more?
Yes.
Why? Why?
We want people to tell us lies, and we want to believe it for 2 years. 2 years.
Is that what it is, though? Honestly, that people just want to have hope that it's that easy that we can just vote. It's not that easy. It's not.
They don't know what else to. They don't know what else to do.
Learn to grow.
They literally don't.
We need to start working on. I know this sounds overwhelming because it is. But honestly, we need to start working outside parallel structures, like trade systems, whatever you can do. Learn to grow food. Learn to fix things. Listen, I think my personal opinion is the United States empire is failing. We're well past the point of no return. It is going to fail. We have historical reference for this. This is how empires fail. We are living in it in real time right now. And so frankly, it's going to get really bad, probably. I don't know how long it's going to take to get really bad. But it is going to happen, I think. And you need to
there's always going to be
for that.
Some semblance of something, but it's like,
yes, but it's not
going to help you. It's not going to be like a system that you can actually,
you're going to have
a lot of people are not going to make it. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you're going to see Grapes of Wrath stuff. It's going to be Depression era nonsense. You're already seeing how many shanty towns are there? Like,
it's bad already. Like, we are conditioned. Like, I think we've been conditioned to kind of accept the level of shit that surrounds us, but it is really bad already. And that is only going to continue. I mean, y'all, the homelessness population in this country is unreal.
Wild.
It is wild.
We could just open some doors on some houses that don't have anyone in them. But
housing, though, man, they need a lot more than just fucking.
Yeah,
housing.
they need. There's so much. We do not take care. It makes me so angry. I'm gonna get like pissed off and fired up about this. It makes me so angry, honestly, because in this country, I feel like we've been conditioned to hate each other. And they do that intentionally because it's easier to control us when we're divided. And so we all just hate each other. And so we're not willing to work together to take care of each other. And it pisses me off because that's the way it should be. I mean, I know that sounds very like hippy dippy and idealistic, but frankly, it's weird to me that that's not the end goal, where we can just coexist peacefully and respect our differences and just stay out of each other's way where we don't agree and figure out how to, get along for the, and they, but
Guess what? You don't need to like your neighbor to help them.
No, you don't.
No.
And it's so weird. We know that. Look at every time there's like a natural disaster, people come together. Like, I'm a big tornado freak. I'm like obsessed with tornadoes and the science behind it and all of that stuff. So I watch a lot of tornado videos. And that people immediately come together. It's not like they're like, hey, who did you vote for before I pull you out from the rubble?
You don't get water.
Yeah, no, you don't get, I'm not pulling you out from the rubble. You voted for Trump. You know what I mean? Like, there is not, it doesn't matter. It's like, I mean, I know 9/11 is a controversial one to bring up, but people were walking around in the aftermath of that covered in dust. You couldn't tell what race somebody was, or almost even what gender they were.
Meanwhile,
and it didn't
wildfires covering the entire East Coast in smoke and the West Coast in smoke. And, like, oh, and then you guys have all your water poisoned still, like.
We just accept this shit, y'all. We deserve better. I know, listen, I don't care who you are, who you voted for, I don't give a shit. You deserve better. We all deserve better. It is absolute bullshit, the level of garbage that our government offers to us in this country. The richest, we're supposed to be so great, right? We can't even take care of our own people. What the fuck is that?
Meanwhile, Greta is out there talking about a dam that was obviously not the Russians. Like,
why would they blow up their own fucking dam?
Putin's a crazy man. Because Putin's a bad man.
As Bowman said, he's a madman.
Putin's a madman.
He's a mad. Putin's a madman. Come on, man.
Madman. I don't know. He's just a madman.
I see they just downloaded Obama's shtick and re-uploaded it into Jamal Bowman. Like
no, come on. Obama was better than that. Obama
was way better. Way better.
Listen, I hate Barack Obama, but that dude is a smooth talking motherfucker.
We tortured some folks.
Yeah, he literally went on national TV instead. We tortured some folks, and people were like, "Oh, bravo, President Biden, President Obama, we love you." Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh my God,
folks! And there's some people going to court. No, none of that.
This journalist dinner has delicious shrimp cocktail.
We have to look forward, not backward.
yeah.
We have to look forward,
which just means
not backward.
Well, we got to look forward.
You know what? My friend Mansour Adaifi, who is a former detainee of Guantanamo, I say fuck you on his behalf, sir. Thank you. We have to look forward,
fuck you to Ron
backward.
DeSantis for that guy too.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody go check out
Mansour.
Mansour.
Backwards, or we're just gonna keep doing the same shit going forwards.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mansour Adaifi. Go check out. He has a book. It's called oh fuck, I'm so bad at names. Don't Forget Us Here. I think. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think I might be right though. It's back there somewhere. So
maybe they'll get a musical like Abu Ghraib did.
They already have a gift shop on Guantanamo. I'm not joking.
Oh, don't tell me that.
So
does it got like a little fucking like picture of Lindy?
I don't know.
World's best torturer.
Listen,
like,
I don't
go
want to get
ahead. I
distracted.
know.
Hold on. I don't want to get distracted.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Mansour Adaifi has a book out, but also please go listen to, or there's also a transcript you can read if you prefer that, of Mansour Adaifi on, and I have my issues with Mike Preisner. I think I'm blocked still. But he did a fantastic interview with Mansour about his time in Guantanamo and about Ron DeSantis. And it is on the Eyes Left podcast. Go check it out. If you are even pondering voting for or supporting Ron DeSantis, you need to listen to this interview first. Because you're going to probably change your mind. I would hope you would change your mind after that.
Yeah, he's definitely going to torture some folks.
Yes, he is definitely. He already has. He rather enjoyed it. Yes, that's. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Dude, they have a gift shop.
Yeah.
Like, do they have like a little waterboarding bird?
Jesse's thing with Love from Guantanamo or whatever.
Yeah.
That's because he saw that and he was like, okay, I have a new album name.
That's awful.
Terrible.
Like, who thought, what PR guy was like, nope, that's a good idea.
It's a fucking torture facility. Here, buy
Like, what are you gonna go see a show too?
Like, I mean, you just said they might get a musical. It's possible. I mean, if Abu Ghraib can get a musical, I think Guantanamo is not out of the question.
Oh,
it's not out of the question.
I hate the timeline we're in. I hate it so much.
It is pretty terrible. I honestly, because do you ever think about the multiverse theory? Because I do all the time, and I often wonder. Like, I hope that the other Misties out there are having a better time. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
badass apocalyptic Misty. That lady's doing work.
Yeah.
You know, fucking spearing zombies. You know,
I could probably fuck up some zombies for sure.
Oh yeah,
I could fuck up some zombies.
I like. Why don't we get that apocalypse? I'd do so much better in zombie apocalypse than this terrible nuclear apocalypse we're gonna have. That's way worse.
Well,
we're no apocalypse. That'd be nice.
A what apocalypse?
None.
Yeah, I would like a zero. No, no apocalypse. Thank you.
Not like a Catholic church lady apocalypse, but because that would be terrifying.
I would prefer to skip the apocalypse. If we could do that, that would be cool. I would appreciate it very much. The apocalypse isn't really all. I mean, I know people joke like, "Oh, zombie apocalypse." No, I would really rather just not.
Yeah,
maybe don't.
You'd like society to work for a while. I can't blame you.
I mean, I would just like to not have to fight zombies for survival. I would like to not have to face nuclear annihilation in a nuclear winter because some really rich people don't have the ability to control their emotions and do some dumb shit.
They got enough money to build bunkers. They're gonna be fine.
I know, that's what pisses me off is that all these people have an immense amount of power and they're all nuts and they control all of our lives and the potential of ending all life on Earth, and that terrifies me because they're fucking nuts. And it would be cool if we would stop elevating the worst among us to positions of power. Could we please stop doing that?
Yep.
The worst among us. I mean, I talk about this all the time. The idea that our election came down to, first of all, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and then Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Again, that's another reason why I'm confused as to anybody thinks that elections, that's your system, that those are your two choices that you're left with out of 350 million people in this country. And you're left with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. It's broken. Your system is broken. It's broken. Or Joe Biden, really? Corrupt, corporate-owned, creepy pedophile warmonger, or corrupt, corporate-owned, creepy pedophile warmonger. Great
like you're
options.
trying to tell me Tiger King would do a worse job than Joe Biden? Like, he knew about that Carol Baskins lady. Dude,
Afro Man. He's
right?
running. Fuck, it can't be any worse. Honestly, I'm not sure how it gets much worse. Ridiculous.
I can't wait for the Afro Man presidency's State of the Union. Those are going to be great shows. Y'all motherfuckers, the State of the Union is high, very high.
Oh shit. It's fucking crazy though, guys. Biden and Trump, and then we're going to get that again, probably, maybe. We'll see. But I mean,
they're really trying to make those charges thick, so then he won't be able to run.
Well, I don't think that they don't really have much though. I don't think that I think they'll probably try to drag it out and at least debilitate him. Honestly, I frankly think they're doing him a favor because his base is just going to dig their heels in.
I think he's going to get acquitted and then get even more support.
Maybe.
Yeah, they turn him into a martyr.
Yeah,
because they get to just go Democrats are.
Yes.
They need their ratings back.
His whole narrative that he's been selling people since 2015 about how he's this challenge to the
outsider.
Establishment and how he's an outsider and how he's going to fight the corrupt system and he's a victim and all of this stuff. He's been building that narrative forever and they're playing right into it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're making him into the thing. And the Democrats are so corrupt that they're coming after their political opponents. And, they're just playing into exactly what he's been selling people. And I mean, for sure his base, I think he might lose some middle of the road Republicans who might have voted for him just because he's a Republican and that's what they do. If he were to get the nomination, but I think he might lose some of those to DeSantis, but I don't think it's going to hurt him. And again, our elections don't matter.
He's thinking about Afro-Man's first 100 days in office. First order of business, ban the Yin Yang twins. Second order of business,
yeah. Somebody likened, I forget who it was that initially did it, but somebody likened him to a carnival barker, and that is Donald Trump.
Yeah, he stole it from Ed McMahon. Like,
he's a showman.
Yeah, like it's literally WWE for him.
Yes,
you know,
literally.
he plays the heel.
Yes,
so
100%. And he's literally done that on WWE. Like,
but
for real.
But you Biden's better. Like, shut up. Like, no. Like, we have to do this again?
Yes.
We really have to do this again?
We do. Yes, we do. Again. And then we're going to have to do it again. And then again. And then again. Until eventually some shit's going to go down, I think. But I don't think I feel pretty hopeless about that situation. I don't think that enough people, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's like a silent majority of people who get it, who understand that because there are a lot of non-voters. There are a lot of non-voters. So I think a lot of people do recognize that it doesn't fucking matter. But we need to get those people together, stop fighting each other, and, make some shit happen.
Yeah. But deplorables and liberals and all these other labels that are bad that we shouldn't use.
Yeah. And it's so annoying too, because most people, I think, agree on most things, at least superficially. I think they might have a difference of opinion on how to get where we're going or how things, but I think most people just want to be left alone. They want to live their life. They want to have a decent life, be treated with dignity and respect, be able to take care of their families. You know what I mean?
We talked about Roger Waters.
Run on the things that people actually give a shit about.
No.
So I don't even think it even matters. Like,
well, they run on emotional.
They run on is false promises that they never do anyway. So
it's all rhetorical nonsense.
Yes, and it's all they run on these emotionally driven issues that are very divisive, that cause a lot of you know what I'm saying.
Look at abortion. The Democrats are never going to fix that because they lose that fundraising stream.
Yes,
they are never giving you that.
No, because they can run on it every 2 to 4 years.
Now they attach student debt to it. They attach,
the Republicans don't want to outright win that either because they also won't be able to use it as a fundraising tool. Like, these are all the same fucking narratives they run on. They just have different stances on it.
Exactly.
But they don't actually do anything about those.
No, and they just play off of each other. And frankly, if you actually think Marco Rubio gives a shit about abortion rights, he does not. He cares. All he cares about is what his donors want.
How many of these motherfuckers have mistresses they pay for abortions for?
Yeah. So they don't actually care about these issues. They do not care at all. If you think that the liberals or the progressives actually give a shit about like trans rights, they don't. They just care about whatever their donors want, and they'll use whatever distractions they need to in order to have you fighting amongst yourselves so that they can make sure that they can get their donors what they want and rig the
not
system
get anything passed that you want.
No, nothing.
Like, they're not giving you anything. Quit fucking giving these people your
I've been asking the squad in particular. Y'all keep like getting mad at me for calling them out. Not y'all, but you know what I mean. What have they done? Can somebody point to me to something that is not really superficial? Nothing. They've done fucking, and in fact, again, they've completely worked against you. And then I'm going to bring up force to vote again, because this is something that really pisses me off. They didn't want to do force to vote, right? In fact, they smeared people who thought that it was a good idea, all of that good stuff. And then we were told that they couldn't do force to vote right now because $15 an hour was more doable. And then when it came time to fight for $15 an hour, there was absolute fucking silence, and nobody called that out. And so, but why do you want to keep doing that? I just don't understand the logic behind it. You're getting nothing. They're not doing anything for you.
You're better off spending the next 2 years learning how to grow your own fucking food.
Yes.
You see that the U.S. Federal Reserve says its goal is to get wages down? Like that they think workers make too much money right now?
Yes.
Who are they talking to?
Well, eventually they're going to AI your jobs out of existence, and then you're really fucked.
Yes. Yeah.
Then you're really fucked.
And then we got Anderson Cooper got, like, what was it? 18 million or whatever from Pfizer, 12 million from Pfizer. He got caught on that. So that's going to be fun.
Well, I mean, Pfizer funds CNN, MSNBC, Fox News.
How many of those goddamn commercials do you see when you watch the news?
Yeah.
Dude, Boeing has commercials on CNN, like you know what I mean? Who's in that? Are you in the market for a fighter jet? Because I'm not in the market for a fighter jet. What is Boeing?
I mean, I am.
I think I need some surface to air missiles today.
I would like a fighter jet, actually. You know, if it's the right deal,
right?
You know,
right?
Like if they catch me on that Memorial Day weekend sale, you know, like we get a veteran discount.
But why is that okay? What that should not be okay with anybody, that those kinds of people are able to literally purchase your information sources. They are able to literally purchase the narrative. That's what's happening. They are literally buying and now control the narrative because your major news networks, that is, I mean, listen, what is it? 90% of the media is owned by like 5 or 6 companies. It's probably worse than that now, frankly, because those are old numbers. That's insanity.
Yep.
That
Brought to you by Raytheon.
That's nuts, you guys. We should.
Brought to you
we
by
fucked up.
all of
We
them.
fucked
I
up.
mean, it's just the fact that they're
Pride
paying
game.
these people individually too.
Yeah.
No, Lockheed
You know.
Martin got into the Pride game. They have like a rainbow.
I saw that. Was it the CIA? The CIA got into the Pride shit too.
I was like, "Are you
welcome?
fucking
One of the
kidding
funniest
me,
things
guys?
Yeah.
that gets posted all the time during that,
fucking meme with the goddamn airplane dropping bombs with pride flags on it a reality.
and they did it.
They did.
The ones that get me are the ones where they take like the U.S. Twitters of these companies, and they'll have all the pride flags on there, and then they'll go to like Saudi Arabia, you know, those Twitters, and they don't have that on there.
No.
You're like, maybe you don't stand up for stuff as much as we think, you know. Maybe it's all just marketing.
If I were gay,
Right.
I would be
Literally.
The
so
only color they like
offended.
is green, man.
Dude,
Ugh.
the corporatization of the LGBTQ movement is
Awful.
Yeah, you're
It's
fucking
so
telling me, dude.
bad.
Terrible.
I've been sitting through that shit for so many fucking years.
I
now.
know.
It's
It's
gross.
really bad now though. I mean, I know it's been bad for a while, but this year I think it's just
Oh yeah, no.
out of fucking control. Holy
Fucking
shit.
Lockheed Martin float. Jesus Christ, guys.
I mean,
Yeah.
is anybody okay? Like, I'm not gay. I mean, I can't really speak on this because I'm not gay, so I can't pretend to know. Like, but I would be so grossed out by the
I'm
CIA.
offended.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't get offended by much, but I
I'm
would
like,
just be
I don't
like,
want
"Fuck
your
off."
support. You're a war whore.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
Can you rescind it, please?
So gross. And just the commercialization of it and it's just gross to me now. It's like, oh, stop.
They could at least pretend to be sadomasochistic so we'd get some enjoyment out of it, you know.
At least have a leather
They should at
daddy
least
on
torture
there or something.
themselves.
Shit.
Right, like
It's just corporate
you know.
pandering, and it's just
Dude,
so
well, I mean,
superficial.
to be
and
fair, Pride's been that way for a long time in most,
I know.
most big cities. So like,
Yeah.
I haven't bothered.
But it's
going.
just, it
Especially
has
New
just gotten
York.
really,
But
really
dude,
bad
it's
recently.
so like just commercialized and gross. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, that's almost worse. It's like when they put Lego in Times Square instead of, you know, all the strip clubs. Like same. Like it's just gentrification of everyone's like actual struggle.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like
100%.
that's all it is. You know?
It's
So-
honestly and they do it's
And-
no different than any other. It always gets corporatized and monetized, and any movement or whatever, that's usually the case. That's what
I
happens.
just ignore it.
But it's just
Like I try not to let that crap like because it's a distraction. All of it's like culture war nonsense that, you know, even like Tucker when he came on the other day where it was like, oh yeah, this is what they're doing. They're getting you distracted by putting culture war and stuff, and like especially that gay stuff. They're especially with the gays. It's like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you say gay
But
3 times,
listen.
Liberace shows up. What are we
No,
doing?
I don't think it's culture war nonsense. I think there are legitimate conversations that need to be
Yes.
had surrounding these issues. I don't want to mischaracterize it as
Yeah.
nonsense, but I do think that the issues have been 100% weaponized, and they have been co-opted, and they are now being used in an agenda. And I don't think that that's debatable anymore. And I
mean,
think that
something
that's
I've noticed too is like this whole thing has pitted a lot of the gay community like against itself, dude. Like
Yes.
that's another
Yeah.
divide and conquer strategy. I've seen it
Co-opting
with
and
people I know, dude. It's fucking gross.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's any movement,
You
y'all.
know.
That's what they do. That's what happens. And to me, it's just so apparent at this point that it is. And it makes me angry because, again, there are legitimate conversations, nuanced conversations that need to be had with level heads and open minds and no animosity. Like, just take a deep breath, calm down, everybody chill for a second. And because like these people just, it's like mudslinging and name calling, and there's no attempt at actual understanding, because I think it's a very nuanced conversation, and it's just not.
Yep.
And I just want everyone to remember the gay community is not a fucking monolith. Quit treating it as such.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Not.
And that's what I'm saying. There's no nuance. You're not allowed to ask questions. You're not allowed to challenge the approved narrative. You're not allowed. And that's just really weird to me. Again, and as I say all the time, anytime you're not allowed to ask questions, you should ask all the questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should ask every question, because there's a reason why you're not allowed to ask questions. I don't know. It's just the way that it has, and it's many of these issues, like the abortion issue, I think is a big one. Women's rights, all of that stuff. Like, it's all of the stuff is weaponized, and it's like we talked about earlier. They use it as a weapon, a political weapon, in order to fundraise and just keep people involved in the system, like involved in the.
Nothing's gonna get done about it.
No. The game. It's like a game. It's a game to them.
Like, oh look over there, fight with each other, please fight. We're not passing no fucking laws though, so just get that out of your fucking head.
No.
No, they'll never.
We're not going to do anything you want.
The abortion thing's been going on for
we've
decades.
all seen that graph.
Like decades.
The only thing that gets done is what rich people want.
It was what, early 70s, wasn't it? I don't remember when Roe was.
Fucking decades.
Yes. Nancy Pelosi was talking about doing it, like back when she was young.
Yes.
Before she turned into
all the way back then,
Pelosi, dude, fucking lich.
Where she fucked up the Night Stalker case.
Yeah.
You watch that, Misty?
The Night Stalker case?
You like true crime stuff? Yeah. It's on Netflix. The Night Stalker stuff.
The documentary?
You should watch that.
Yeah, I've seen it. Of course.
Yeah. She messed up the whole investigation.
Yeah. There's a lot of true crime stuff happening. We won't go into it because that'll be like a whole ADHD rant on true crime shit for an hour. I could literally do probably 2. But there's a lot of shit going on right now. If you follow true crime, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. There's a lot of shit going on right now.
I ain't know shit. I know nothing.
It's a niche.
I'm into it. I get it.
Oh my god. Oh, Sleepy, you're into
I
true crime, dude. We need to get together.
I even watched the crappy stuff.
Me too. I'll watch everything. Any of it. I don't care. Like the bad acting stuff that's like really overly dramatic and
it's great.
Yes, that's the best stuff.
Yes. Oh my god. I have to know.
I'll even watch like boring ass forensic files and shit.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god, I used to be obsessed with forensic
First 48.
Yes.
Yep, I watched a fair amount of that.
Yes. I love Paula Zahn. I used to like Aphrodite Jones a lot. The Marsha Clark series
not
was good.
to talk to police ever.
Huh? Oh yeah, do not never.
Yeah.
And do
Shut
not
the
ever
fuck up Friday.
do not ever take a lie detector test. Ever. Do not ever take they're
they're
pseudoscientific bullshit. Do not ever take one. Ever.
Dude, I'm nervous.
You've seen The Wire, yes? The scene where with the copy machine.
I don't watch The Wire.
The copy machine. Oh, The Wire's great with that. They literally take the guy to a copying machine and they tell him it's the lie detector. And they're just literally copying yes and no pages.
Yeah. The first thing you ask is, am I under arrest? And the second thing you ask is, I would like a lawyer.
Yeah. Not can I have a lawyer?
And
just
that's
I would
it.
like a lawyer.
I'd like to see my lawyer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
even if you didn't do it,
please provide me my lawyer.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
It doesn't. I've seen so many cases where innocent people have 100% been sent to prison. What's his face from Making a Murderer? The kid Brandon Dassey, 100% innocent. That kid is There's no doubt in my mind. He is 100% innocent and was totally fucked over and coerced into giving a false confession. 100%. There's no doubt in my mind, and that kid is in prison for the rest of his life. No question.
The amount of crime that is like unsolved right now is like through the roof, right?
I think a lot of those crimes honestly have been committed by cops.
Sure. I'd
I
believe
think that
that.
there are a lot of unsolved serial killer cases that are likely cops.
That'd be the best spot to be if you were one.
Yeah, and truck drivers. I think those are the two big
Well,
ones.
yeah.
Truck driver, that's a really convenient job
And
for a serial killer.
touring comedians, you know? Touring
Mm,
comedians, definitely.
I don't think touring. I
You know,
don't.
I'd look out if you're in New York.
Yeah.
You know, if you're Jimmy's in your area, be careful. You know.
He's on tour right now, though. Highly recommend the live shows. They are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The live shows are a lot of fun.
So
it's good stuff. It's just cool to be in a
and
room with other
aliens,
cool like people who get it. You know what I mean? That's just always fun.
aliens are real, but not real.
Oh, the alien thing. Fuck the alien
This
thing.
guy's completely ridiculous.
He's a real whistleblower.
No data.
Is it gonna help me?
Yeah, right.
I don't care.
No.
We all know that's a co-op. They're just trying to
Anytime they let
it's
someone
a psyop
talk and
nonsense.
don't kill them first,
Right.
I don't trust it.
Yeah, if you're not arrested,
Yeah.
if you haven't been arrested, I very much put your whistleblowing in question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets a little hard for me to trust you because that's how they treat actual whistleblowers. Like there's no gray area there. If you are a legitimate whistleblower who has actually exposed some shit, you're going
to
jail.
court at the very least.
Very least. There's some shit happening to you for sure.
Look,
sure.
The aliens can come over and smoke weed with me any day. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know, bring their space weed. I'm down.
I just feel like they've been like, oh my
know.
god, these motherfuckers are crazy. We're getting the fuck out of here.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Look out of here.
The shit that we
Have
do
y'all
to each
seen
other.
Tennessee?
No, the shit that we do to each
It's
other.
probably like a reality show for them.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh look, they're gonna launch nukes.
Wait, are they killing each other? Are they
Find out
killing each
next
other
time
over
on.
What are they killing each other over again? What is that? What? Like, it's just so absurd.
This last time it was salt. What is it this time?
Dude, we kill each other over the dumbest things. And listen, this is me coming. I was hugely influenced by Carl Sagan. Real talk. Pale Blue Dot.
Yeah.
I watched that for the first time or heard that for the first time. I don't remember how old I was, but it was like it hit me like that it was I would say influential in my worldview. Because here we are. I'm not religious at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But I do think it's kind of cool that here we find ourselves being able to have consciousness and exist on this, as Carl Sagan calls it, this pale blue dot in a mode of dust floating around in the universe. That's kind of cool. And it's really sad to me that we choose to spend, like, if you think about it in terms of like broader picture, the universe, our existence is not even it's nothing. We are nothing. And we waste
We made a
that.
star stuff.
Yeah, and we waste that blowing each other up.
Yep.
And stealing each other's resources and treating each other terribly. And that's sad. That sucks. We fucked it up. I don't think humans could have fucked it up worse, honestly. It's terrible.
Yep.
It's terrible.
I mean,
Give them time.
There's like a few timelines.
There's still time to fuck it up more.
I know. That's true. Good point. Fair point.
Well, orcas are fucking up boats still.
No, I don't think we're
That's
John.
nice.
I don't think we're alone. I just think that the alien thing is being used as a narrative. And I 100% listen,
Yeah,
it would be
we're-
incredibly arrogant as human beings to think that in the vastness of the universe that we are the only intelligent life that exists. That would be incredibly arrogant. I think that that's highly unlikely. However, I think that the current alien narrative is 100% a story. It is a narrative. It's a distraction.
And every time they bring up UFO shit, it always like makes me think like, what the fuck horrible shit are they trying to like distract us from right now?
Yeah. Yes. Every
Probably
time there's
some
something like
military
that,
thing that they've made.
yeah.
It's always
Every time there's some
something.
flashy story, go dig. Dig. There's something.
B-53 bombers.
Or
You know.
CBDCs or the
Right.
pandemic, what's it called? The treaty or whatever, the pandemic preparedness treaty, the WHO is working on. There's shit going down.
Yeah.
And they have you talking about UFOs. I'm just saying.
And they're not telling you how you can help out your orcas. They're just not doing that. I want them to take down all the boats.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, I'm definitely Team Orca.
So,
I'm Team Orcas too.
Dude, I love. There's somebody that like sends, like, looks up people selling yachts on, like, you know, online and sends them texts.
I honestly feel really bad.
Like, I'm coming for you.
I feel really bad because I had been to SeaWorld, and the year before Blackfish came out, I went to, what's it called? Discovery Cove, and I did the whole swim with the dolphins thing. And I feel really dumb because I should have known better. I did not, though. I was unaware of how bad that situation was. And then Blackfish came out, and I made the unbelievable, terrible life decision of watching Blackfish and Bridegroom back to back.
Yep.
That's not a good, don't do that. That's not a good life choice.
Car had the director of Blackfish on, or one of the
I've had
one of the whistleblowers.
Jeffrey Ventry. I've had him on several times. Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. He's great.
Yeah. He's dope.
Yeah. And Phil Demers and a bunch of other people worked on that stuff. But yeah.
The one that got me was the orca they just left, like they didn't know what to do with.
Yeah.
And they just like left it in a pool. Like, what are you kidding me?
It's terrible, the conditions that they're kept in. It is. And the things that they do to themselves, the self-harm that these whales participate in, because they are legitimately miserable and they live in basically a bathtub. And it's.
And which research facilities do you think get all the government funding?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you, SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Like, they get all the government grants
A lot of them
for
shut
education.
down, though. I know that there are still some open, but I think
Yeah.
I think it did have that movie did have an impact. That movement did have an impact. I think a lot of them,
sure.
the PR was just too bad. They couldn't overcome it.
All kinds of places got rid of animals.
Yeah. So that's good. Like that's I love that when like it actually things happened. That's great. I love that.
Hey, look at that. Misty, you got a super chat.
I do.
Look at that.
Where?
If I can show it.
Oh, wait, there it is.
There, is it up?
I have you. Wait, what? Bitch
with Misty has me rolling.
This is just like my rant session for the week. It is completely unscripted, prepared for. I have like a vague idea of some things I want to talk about that have pissed me off through the week. But it's just literally me venting. And so I'm going to say and I don't have a filter. So I'm going to say things probably that will piss people off. That's okay. I will almost certainly get things wrong. That's okay. This is just a rant session where I'm just going to bitch and moan about things that make me angry for the week because it's fun. I like doing it.
Anything else? Anything else you have on your list?
Oh, hold on. Let me make sure. There was something else I wanted. I don't know if I'm on the right.
Because I think we got through one of your lists.
Yeah, because we keep getting very distracted. Maybe I should come slightly more prepared so that we can get to the things that I want to get to. Maybe I should. I was just going to try to wing it.
Whatever.
I was going to try to wing it, guys. Oh, Daniel Hale, just really quickly. Daniel Hale, the Daniel Hale support team, tweeted out yesterday. We are sorry for not sharing more updates. There isn't much to share. Daniel is waiting anxiously for his release, and there has been no momentum on a pardon. He sends his love to Stella Assange ahead of next week and is glued to all the Espionage Act related news he can access. So, I would just like to please request that you guys, if you're going to be making phone calls on behalf of Julian Assange, maybe also make one for Daniel Hale. When the numbers I gave you earlier for Congress and the White House and the Department of Justice, and I guess not Amnesty International. I don't think that he's a prisoner of conscience. I don't think that applies there. Maybe, but not really. But yeah, make some phone calls for him too. And maybe write him a letter. The address for that you can find if you go to @Team Daniel Hale. That is the support teams. Oh, they thought they had a website. Okay, so their pinned tweet has a thing and for his address and stuff like that. So yeah, nice. That was just they tweeted that yesterday. So I wanted to let people know. I need to remember to say that on my radio show on Monday when I have Gabriel on. That would be a good time for that because people listening will almost certainly be Hale supporters as well.
You're gonna do a for A on this high court rejection?
Yeah, I just got distracted and busy and
no worries.
It's summer, so I have kids here and we've got things we're doing and I'm very busy right now actually.
Space Camp didn't come through.
Space Camp.
Yeah, space camp.
Why can't I find
for the kids.
Oh, my kids would love that. Well, one of them would.
Yeah.
Why the fuck can't I find what I'm looking for? I am having a very hard time today finding things, and usually I am. Oh, found it. Okay.
Like
so,
frustration, anger.
Found it.
And it's gone.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to play this whole thing through, but this is Senator Eric Brakey. Okay, I'll just let you watch it because it kind of speaks for itself, but this is cool because this is I don't well, it might have, but this is pretty cool that we have a senator now speaking like this out loud. Is that did it come up?
Senate.
Yep.
Chair recognizes Senator from Androscoggin, Senator Brakey.
Thank you, Mr. President. I saw this joint resolution on the calendar last night, and I wanted to just offer some words of support in favor of it. Both in support of the freedom of Evan Gershkovich and the underlying principle that there are international norms and no government should imprison journalists, like the Russian government has done with Mr. Gershkovich. For acts of journalism, they accuse him of and imprison him for espionage. This is not acceptable. It is right to demand his release. Further, I appreciate knowing that we have the privilege of living in a free country where our federal government sets a good example for the world on these matters and would never do pretty much the exact same thing. For example, when a foreign journalist named Julian Assange published classified videos of drone strikes targeting and killing innocent civilians in Iraq, the Bush administration set a standard we can all be proud of. Vice President Dick Cheney famously told America, "We disagree with Mr. Assange and WikiLeaks for publishing this evidence of war crimes, but we respect the freedom of the press and his right to do so." And when that same journalist published international communications from the National Committee of a major political party in this country, demonstrating that party insiders were rigging their presidential nomination process against the campaign of U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, who can forget President Obama's remarks in his farewell address, insisting that even when truths published expose the crimes of people in political power, the rights of journalists like Julian Assange must be respected. Despite reports to the contrary from Yahoo News, published in September 2021, I appreciate knowing that the CIA under Mike Pompeo never developed plans to kidnap and potentially assassinate this journalist, Julian Assange, when he was seeking asylum from political persecution at the Ecuadorian embassy in London. I also appreciate knowing that Julian Assange is not facing extradition to the U.S. on trumped-up charges under the Espionage Act, called by the New York Times and 4 European news organizations, quote, "a dangerous precedent that threatens to undermine the First Amendment and the freedom of the press." For whatever criticisms I have of the many elected and unelected officials of our own government in Washington, D.C., one thing is certain: they respect every aspect of the Bill of Rights, especially the freedom of speech and the freedom of the press. They would never engage in censorship. They would never put their opponents on social media blacklists. And they would never persecute journalists like Julian Assange or whistleblowers like Edward Snowden. So, Mr. President, we can all agree Russia should free Evan Gershkovich immediately and permit him to come home. And though I doubt the angels among men that occupy the highest offices of our own government would ever violate the freedom of the press in such a manner as Russia has done, I hope that if the unimaginable ever came to pass, we would insist on the same justice and mercy for their political prisoners. After all, how could any foreign government take a resolution from this body seriously if we insisted on a principle that we did not apply to our own leaders? How could our government be an example, a leader in establishing international norms, if those who run that government consider themselves exceptions to those norms? So, Mr. President, sincerely, let's pass this resolution today with hope that Evan Gershkovich is swiftly released and returned safely home to his family. And when we pass this resolution, let's do it not only for him, but also for all imprisoned and persecuted journalists across the world, no matter which country's government is persecuting them. Thank you.
Well done.
Well done. Well fucking done.
Why isn't this thing switching?
Because I'm switching as well. Go ahead.
Oh, did I ever
Do
flip
it.
the camera
Not
thing?
letting me do it.
I got it. Maybe.
I didn't.
Hello?
Hello? What?
Why is it? What? Oh my God! What is?
What happened?
Restream. Figure it out.
What's wrong?
Like, it
I
just
got
doesn't like us.
I
There
just
it goes.
switch layouts and then go back and then move it.
That's what I did too.
We're very good at this, guys.
Weird.
It's so awesome.
Good to know the CIA would never do that.
Huh? No, we would never do that, guys.
That'd be brilliant.
It's
It
like,
reminds me of
the snark. You guys know I love snark. I love like that perfect
Yeah.
amount of sarcasm. And that was pretty good. Like he could have delivered it a little bit better. I think he was nervous. But that was pretty excellent. Was pretty
Jen
excellent.
H asked how old that video is.
I don't think it's that old.
It's recent because Evan Gershkovich has only been in prison for a couple weeks. I think it was it was June 8th, 2 days ago.
Okay.
He tweeted it out.
You should
Senator,
also read.
It's Senator Eric Brakey, Brakey. I don't know anything about him. But he said, today in the main Senate, I spoke in favor of a resolution demanding Russia free Wall Street Journal journalist Evan Gershkovich accused of espionage. Further, I noted my gratitude for living under a government that would never do, quote unquote, pretty much the same thing to Julian Assange. So go give him some thanks for that, because that was dope. I don't know anything about him, but it matters not. That was, I think he might be a libertarianish because he has hedgehog legalizer. Isn't a hedgehog their thing?
I
Or
don't
is
fucking know.
No, it's the
porcupine. I thought that was like.
I don't pay attention. They have mascots now.
Sega's thing. Isn't Sega's thing a hedgehog?
Yeah, Sonic. No, but I think that
Yeah.
I think the
Sonic.
Libertarian Party does the I don't know. They have some weird animal thing that's their thing. I can't
Hedgehog.
remember. I don't know. I thought it was hedgehog. I don't know. I'm doubting myself
Yeah.
now. Because that's what I do.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Caitlin had a amazing article that you will like because it was also very snarky. Of like how dare China?
Oh yeah.
Like, and it was like she literally wrote an article of like, I don't know why China would have its like geographical location so aggressively placed next to like American, military endeavors. I don't know. It was like the whole article was that, and I loved it so much.
Yeah.
No,
she's good at snark too.
So,
Oh, here's one more thing I want to make sure for sure we show. For sure.
Please.
For sure. Unbelievably awesome. My friend here. This is my friend Daniel. He is outside the O2 Arena for Roger Waters' concert. And as is to be expected, there is a group of Israeli sympathizers there protesting Roger Waters. And this is my friend Daniel telling them basically to just go fuck themselves. So
You didn't mean words, history, and meaning. Shame on you.
the security guy's like, come on, man.
Come on, man.
You're welcome to continue what you're doing.
You're welcome to continue what you're doing. Just do it over there.
Then it will have to end. Okay? Hey, dude.
He's not doing anything. He's just standing there with a flag. Let him be.
No, good here. Why are you waving that around? It's a really good flag.
I say they at least challenge him to a dance off.
Yeah. I think Daniel would kick their ass.
We seem to be antagonizing.
They're antagonizing me.
They're in the area they're supposed to be. Why don't you
I'm in the area I'm supposed to be.
You're not.
You're
walking towards them.
And all
we want to do here is
Daniel,
keep it
I understand that, okay? I think you've got a job to do. Daniel Fuchs. Yeah, that's you, isn't it? Daniel Fuchs, artist. Artist, yeah. You heard of me? I know you. Good.
Good, he says.
Thank you.
It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's just a piece of performing art. Excellent.
Yeah, it's all right.
Just performing art. It's not antagonizing.
It's just performing art.
How are you doing, Dan?
I'm doing good.
I'm doing good.
Words,
My guy.
meaning, history.
My guy.
This is where it stops being peaceful.
My guy.
Zombie the air and chat. Oi, you got a license for that flag? Everybody knows you need a license.
Daniel is dope.
Oh, God.
I love him so much. And by the way, he's an amazing,
Very British.
amazing artist.
Yeah,
genuinely talented.
So good.
Go check him out. Go. What's his? Hold on. His Twitter is, I think it's Daniel Fuchs Art. Yep.
Daniel Fuchs Art.
Daniel
Fuchs
Art. Fooks. Daniel Fuchs Art. Go follow him. Check out his work. He's hilarious. He's very snarky on Twitter. He talks a lot about really important issues that a lot of people don't talk about. I love him. He's great. He's fantastic.
Pop it in chat.
Obviously. I mean, obviously. My guy's out there with this Palestinian flag.
Way to go.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's the best thing ever. Everybody should be doing that.
I'm surprised they didn't try to take out his leg.
I know, right? Or put a knee on the neck.
Yeah.
Did you see? Never mind. I'm not even going to give that turd any airtime. Never mind.
No.
Nope. Never mind.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, but Daniel's awesome. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. So tired of that being honestly,
it's been 70 fucking years, dude.
I'm so tired of anti-Semitism being used as a shield against that shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Look up the term Semitic and tell me who's being anti-Semitic against who.
And then while you're at it, look up the word apartheid and genocide and oppression. And then you come back to me, motherfucker.
Just because it takes 70 years don't mean it ain't a genocide.
No. It's a genocide in slow motion. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's a slow one.
Yeah.
I think that's almost worse.
Yes. The idea that anybody can objectively look at the situation in Palestine and be okay with what Israel's doing is fascinating to me.
Multi-generational torture and taking out of entire families.
Murdering children.
Fucking call that? That's genocide.
Stealing their homes, brutalizing them.
Vanessa had an article long time ago that I don't think people have read. They literally poisoned their water supply directly with poison.
Yes, they do shit like that all the time. They take out the olive orchards.
They bomb water treat. They bombed their only water treatment plant years ago.
Seriously, if you're defending that, fuck you.
That's a fucking war crime. Everyone's like, oh, the Geneva Convention's about all this Russia shit. I'm like, dude, Israel's been doing that shit to Palestine
I don't want to
for fucking years.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I am so tired of Israel getting a pass on this shit. And the reason that they've been able, and that's what makes me so mad about the Robert Kennedy Jr. shit, because the reason why this shit is allowed to continue is because they are allowed to hide behind anti-Semitism. And it is so cynical and it is so gross and it is a complete mischaracterization of what is actually happening here. And it minimizes actual anti-Semitism. And it is despicable. And the idea that anybody is straddling the fence. He isn't straddling the fence. He chose a side. He chose the side of the oppressor. Period. And this is why this is allowed to continue, because people continue to make excuses for that shit. Keep making excuses. This keeps happening. I'm sorry. I'm not willing to do that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Just not. It's gross.
Terrible. I mean, like, and like that's somehow like because his family had a connection with Israel.
You guys had mob connections back in the day too.
Who cares?
You still up there,
right? Like,
I don't give a flying fuck who your family's friends with. Don't care. It's not okay. You continuing that. You're either you're also gross or you're a coward. Whichever one is bad. It doesn't matter. They're both bad. And then people will be like, oh, but he's going to take on Big Pharma. He can't even take on Israel. You think he's going to take on the deep state?
He can't even take on the Democratic Party, who's not giving him a primary.
I hate to break it to y'all, but like the Israel lobby is, I'm pretty sure, a lot smaller than the Big Pharma lobby.
Yeah. And again, as Reef just said, he can't even take on the Democratic Party. I used to say this about Bernie all the time. People be like, oh, but Bernie's going to fight. But he can't even take on his own party. He can't even stand up for himself and his supporters, his voter base that worked their asses off for him, donated millions of dollars, and then he just threw him under the bus. And Kennedy's doing the exact same thing already. He's been in the race for 5 seconds and he's already calling Joe Biden a good guy and he's sucking up to Israel.
Did Bernie get a body double?
Right?
Is he wearing him as a skin suit? Like, what's going on?
RFK talks about some issues that Bernie didn't talk about, but talk is cheap. Talk is cheap, motherfuckers.
Like anything's gonna happen. Like I was saying earlier, like they run on shit that none of it, like anything they run on never gets dealt with.
No.
That's just what they're running on. That's not what they're gonna do.
No.
Ever. But no, he's the second, like, what, the fucking day after he like came out on his announcement, he was like, well, he's a good friend of mine.
Yes.
I'm like, oh,
it took
there
like
it is.
24 hours for
there
him
it
to
is.
already start signaling. And then he's been asked directly several times, will you vote for Joe Biden when they inevitably screw you over? Will you vote for the Democratic Party nominee? And all he waffles, he gives very vague answers. I think at one point he said, I don't think I could see myself supporting somebody who supports the war. Well, that's not, but he will. He absolutely will. He's going to.
If you're running in the DNC, you got to sign shit that says you'll endorse whoever the fucking nominee
drop out
is.
and he's gonna
And he won't answer that.
No, not directly.
People have asked him that.
Yeah.
He won't answer it.
And people have asked him.
Take his silence as a yes.
Well, it's not even just silence. It's what, like, he
if they won't answer a question,
wiggles
you know what the
around
answer is.
it, and he uses very vague language, and he won't make a very definitive. It's here we go again. This is what we were talking about earlier. Here we fucking go again. Here we go again. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna waste another year and a half on this bullshit.
And we're gonna funnel some more people into the Democratic Party.
Yes, and money.
Yes, tons of money.
Yeah,
tons of money.
I don't think he's gonna have the haul that fucking Bernie did, though.
No, I hope not. Please don't donate to politicians, y'all.
Dude, donate to your hungry neighbors.
Jesse Jett would say,
"Do that.
Please
do
donate to mutual aid. Buy your neighbor some clothes or some food, or pay for their gas bill, or if you got some money laying around, give it to somebody.
Drugs and alcohol.
Give it directly to somebody who needs it. Do not give it to a politician.
No,
please.
Yep.
That is you might as well just light your money on fire. Seriously, I know that's an overused term or overused phrase, but
it's true though.
It is true, 100%. 100%.
At least get some heat out of it.
Yeah. Oh, but the fumes might kill you.
Don't get a fresh tattoo before you do it either.
Yeah, the fumes might kill you. I don't know what's in those dollar bills, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't donate. Not just the DNC. Don't donate to any fucking politician.
Any party.
None
don't
of them.
donate to any party.
Third party, no.
Money.
Don't. I'm sorry. People get mad at me. Oh, why don't you support? Because the whole system is rigged. Your third party means precisely dick. It means dick.
People want to bring up Cornell. I don't remember MPP having ballot access.
They don't. In like one state, maybe two,
3,
maybe.
So I don't know what you guys expect that's going to happen.
And then they're gonna put to fix that. So they're pulling him into the Greens. Like that's any better.
No.
Like,
they
sorry.
the primaries too.
Yeah, they do.
Someone tried arguing with me about that the other day. I was like, I've talked.
Somebody argued with me about it.
Don't care. They rigged it against. And
I literally covered it in real time. I saw what happened. They absolutely rigged their primary for a Russia gating, Assange smearing, Chelsea Manning dead naming douche canoe. Fuck that guy. He is so gross. And then he tweeted out some warmonger and shit the other day. Did you guys see that?
No.
Human NyQuil. Fucking Howie Hawkins.
I might have gotten blocked because I called him out. I don't know.
No, he's like human Thorazine, dude.
He is. He is the personality of like a floor mat. Like he is. It's terrible. Hold on, let me find the bullshit he tweeted the other day.
But no, they 100% rigged their primary last time. Why would you trust them?
As Jesse would tell us, if they get me to vote, it's a hard no confidence.
Right.
You know?
Right?
Like,
come on. Listen, why can't I ever find anything today?
I don't know. I feel like all the current third parties, they're like, if they get any traction, they're all gonna go that route.
Yes.
Because they can.
Because the system is fucking corrupt.
Like,
I said it.
Well, shit, the DNC can rig their primaries.
You can't vote out Charles Schwab. You can't vote out the Rothschilds suddenly. Like,
no.
All the money is money, and you ain't voting money out.
No.
So,
oh my God.
Like, you got to deal with the system somehow first.
Yes.
So
yes, that's what it's so frustrating.
But they don't know how to do that. No one knows how to do that. So they're like, oh, well, we gotta keep doing the same stuff we've been doing, and maybe it'll work this time. It's like, okay.
I don't know. I just
okay, here it is.
Year trying to like become more self-sufficient on like what I eat, like all that kind of shit. Just
and I've been like trying to like get
like
shit together.
But that's a band-aid for a problem that like
food, all that shit.
Okay,
like,
look. Some in the peace movement call for a ceasefire and negotiations by U.S.-led Western imperialists with Russian imperialists to carve up Ukraine between them and call it peace. Stop pressuring Ukraine to accept. This is some warmongering bullshit.
Yep.
Like this
Putin's a madman.
He's a madman, Misty.
I mean, and this is not the first time. This dude has been Russiagating from jump. He even tried to do the Julian Assange connection to Russiagate in the interview with Primo.
Russian
Shout out to Primo
scum.
for that amazing interview that he did with
Yeah.
Howie Hawkins, which I can share links, right? Probably, it's my show.
Yeah. Yeah, you should put it in the restream chat. It'll go to all of them.
All right, so I'm gonna give you the link to the tweet that Primo sent me that includes the link to the what's it called, interview. You can go follow Primo and then go check out the interview, because fuck Howie Hawkins. Seriously. No, thank you.
Are they gonna run him again?
I think so. I think that's why he's come out from underneath his rock again. He started being more active on Twitter and social media. I think it's likely. I mean, there was that whole
again.
There was basically kind of a coup inside the Green Party, and the Hawkins.
I
whatever
think that's done already.
Contingent. I think
that's
the Green Party's been a joke for a long time. I think
a
Jill
lot
Stein.
A lot of the good Greens got the fuck out, man.
Yeah, they're diet Democrats.
Yeah.
It's literally.
Jill Stein was pretty cool.
And I've talked with them.
Yeah.
They're hopeful. They get some of the issues.
Well, there
but
are people
they have no idea how to.
There are people
fix
in the Green
anything.
Party who are good people, but the party
And
itself.
there's been some decent local people here and there,
Yes.
but like
I don't want to say her name.
Candidates, dude. No, dude.
I know there's one person I know. I
No.
don't want to say her name because actually I'll give it away if I say that. Anyways, I know somebody inside the Green Party who I got in trouble at one point. And yeah, there are good people in the Green Party who are trying, but like they were for vaccine mandates. They are Russiagators.
Yeah.
They support the Ukraine war. Like they're not. No, thank you. You can keep your third party. I'll pass. No, thank you.
No.
It's all your fucking parties.
Yes, keep all your parties. The system, the entire. You really think a third party has any chance whatsoever? Really? Genuinely? And people be like, well, yeah. People be like, oh, well, if we get to 5%, first of all, they're never going to let you get to 5%. Second of all, if they do, they'll then just change the rules and be like, no, you have to get 10%. That's what they do. They control it.
Well,
they
they'll
can
throw.
change the rules.
They've thrown. Okay, they put. Just like they're doing in the Republican Party to try to somehow give us Trump again, they throw 18 people that are all going to shank each other on the stage, like
they're not
so that you can't get a third party to a 5%.
No,
they're not doing.
So
well, the DNC's not even doing debates, so.
And they're suing to
I know.
They're suing to get Green Party candidates taken off the ballot. Matthew Ho is a great example in North Carolina. They're doing that to candidates all across the country. Your system is corrupt. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you run. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what party you run in.
You have to pressure your politicians that are already in office.
It doesn't matter.
To and they're not going to do anything. Like
that system got them elected.
Not without you sharpening the guillotine in front of them. They're not. You know what I mean? Like.
They're not going to do anything if you just vote.
I know.
They don't give a shit about your vote, you guys. They don't.
And you replace one, it's with the same thing.
Yeah.
Like
or worse. It seems to just keep continually getting worse.
I think it's going to fix our government is we get rid of every single one, and to fill every seat, we pick a fucking name out of a hat. I
tweeted about that years ago. I said I would genuinely rather walk into any grocery store in the United States of America, randomly walk down the aisles and just stop somebody and be like, "You're the president." Than I would vote for any of the options that were presented to us. I would genuinely rather do that.
I bet you we'd actually get some shit passed.
Yes. Yes.
There'd be enough reasonable fucking people in that group in Congress to actually do something.
Well, it's like. A lot of these people don't, they understand it on a direct level. If you tell someone like, this wall's fucked, we got to pull it all out, replace it. Yeah. They're like, oh, okay, but you say that we got to pull it all out and replace it. You're like, what? How would you? But what would we have? Something better? Like,
I mean,
it's
just, I think people, I get that change is scary. I think people are just like, I don't know, the unknown is, but it's not, this is not working. It's not fucking, and it's just getting worse. And we just keep watching it get worse. And we think that, it's just so frustrating that again, hamster wheel. We are so locked into this hamster wheel, and it's very frustrating because nothing's ever, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse until everything collapses. And, we're not far from that. We're really not. I mean, if you look at everything,
we're a little far from that personally, but
I hope we are, but we're not. I mean, if you look at it objectively, the homelessness crisis.
We're trying to poke 2 nuclear powers.
Yes,
so.
at the same time. What could possibly go wrong?
That are fucking allies. So
yes,
that's great.
It's fine. Totally normal thing to do. It's absurd.
And then sanctioning all of them so that they find other sources of income. And then we're like, oh no, they found other sources of income. Whatever will we do?
What did you
they found other trade opportunities, and they found it. Yeah.
I hope that brick shit crushes us.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're crushing ourselves. We don't need anything. We're crushing ourselves.
Empire death.
This is
empire
self-inflicted.
death.
Yeah. I'm still not convinced it's not
Rome
controlled demolition.
But that'll help tank the dollar. So
yeah, I'm honestly not. I'm not convinced that it's not controlled demolition. I think that's
start saving bottle caps, kids.
Oh, I agree. I think I think they know that the economy is not coming fucking back like it was.
Yeah.
And so
I think it's just a shuffling around of.
And I think with AI on top of that, you're gonna have the wealth disparity with that is going to be insane. Stephen Hawking talked about it a long time ago.
Lots of people have been talking about that for ages, and we don't ever listen.
Yeah.
It's very bad where we're headed. It's not good. It's not good. It's not looking good for the home team.
Buckle in.
Yeah, that's what I keep trying to tell people. Stop worrying about these fucking politicians and get yourself ready, however you can. You know what I'm saying?
There's not many places in this country where you can't do some farming.
Well, and even if you can't, like if you live in the city and you can do like some small potted stuff, but also there are other things you can do, and establish relationships with people and build those coalitions.
That's the thing.
Build out community gardens.
Find that community.
Because you're going to need it. I know that they want you to hate each other. They want you isolated from each other. They want you to think that your neighbor's your enemy, but you're going to need each other. We're going to need each other.
Everyone has skills they can use.
Yes.
Like that you can do something that someone else can't, and that's it right now.
Yeah.
Like help those people in your flat, help those people, like that's like all you can do right now in some respects. Form things like renters coalitions and things like that to directly combat stuff. Like you're going to have to make these systems outside of any electoral thing, outside of any like, and you're going to have to keep it controlled as well. That's the other problem, is that it's way too easy for them to infiltrate, control, manipulate, so
all of the movements, all of them, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't need to have a fucking organized movement to have a bunch of people trading food, man.
No, look what they did to Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? That's fully fucking corrupt at the top.
Oh, dude.
Fully fucking corrupt.
How many
100%.
houses is the leader of that one on now? Like,
yeah, like big ass mansions, like ridiculous. That's what they do, though.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
Got to co-opt some movement,
Mhm.
so we can destroy them from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
But this isn't something that has to be organized. The government doesn't need to be involved in this. Like
Dr. Nick Riviera, I hope I said that right, said giving dog food. Yes. If you for homeless people, a lot of homeless people have dogs and they love their dogs, and so also dog food is good. People don't.
I have something to bitch about.
What?
Anthony Zygmunt got suspended on Twitter. What happened there?
Andrew.
Oh my God, is he as bad at names as pasta?
Yes, I can be.
So I don't know why Andrew was
Pasta
booted
fucking
from.
called me Chris one time.
Now forever Chris. Now we have a third Chris.
Yeah. Okay, so I talked to Andrew earlier today. I don't want to talk about I don't know why he was suspended from Twitter. I didn't ask him. There are other things going on.
More prescient stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I will say this. Yeah, I will say for those of you who know, his kid was sick. She's not doing well. So I'll say that much because I know that most of you know at least the basics of the situation.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's, I mean, I'll get permission to, maybe he'll come on and talk about it, but
love you, Andrew.
Yeah, we love you,
your
dude.
kiddos.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I don't know why he got suspended from Twitter though. I didn't ask. Probably some bullshit.
I was sending him Jesse's raccoon stuff and it just wouldn't tag him. And I was like, why?
Are you on?
And I looked.
We'll talk after.
Cool.
I'll hit you up in the DMs or something. And
I'm on the things.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I don't know why he was suspended. He should not be suspended. Is he still suspended? Did he come back?
He does like to poke bears a lot.
He does.
Yeah.
He is very good at that.
They're just jealous that he looks better than them in a bowler hat. This is the problem.
The incinerator.
You know, they're like, how he's old timey and he looks good.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What?
he's still suspended.
That's not possible.
Yeah. I love Andrew. That's my dude. He's crazy, but I love him. He's not.
He's just like, I'm gonna go to bars and hand out flyers.
Yeah.
Like, okay, good for you, dude.
He did the damn thing though.
Like, I got thrown out of 3 bars.
Dude, when they
like, all
when they
right.
held the Democratic primary here in 2020 in Westerville, which is not far from me, and Andrew also lives in Ohio. He's farther away from Westerville than I was. But he came here, so we decided we were going to go around and hang up flyers about Assange all throughout Westerville because there's going to be a whole bunch of political people in town. So he's like, okay, I'll go the night before. And then I was going to go in the morning, mid-afternoon before the event. So he went the night before. So I show up in the morning to hang up my flyers. And he had flyers hanging like up, like 8-9 feet up on poles.
The guy's a fucking ninja, dude.
I'm like, dude, how did you? And he's like, oh, I just brought a ladder. And I had like 2 friends with me. And we just like ran down the street.
Brought a ladder.
I'm like, you brought a ladder. Westerville's like a nice area. I'm like, dude's out there
I
with
just
a ladder
picture him with like the
middle of the
pace
night.
roller,
Yes.
like just literally rolling posters up on stuff.
Was he riding a
You
fucking
know?
scooter though? That's what I gotta know.
I don't think
One
so.
of those old timey bikes, dude. That's what he's doing.
No,
he's
in
up
the-
like 8 foot
He's
tall.
in the scoot gang.
I want to see him riding a scooter.
He's got like the big wheel bike.
Ladder.
We ride the scooters in DC all the time. With the scoot gang.
Oh, dude, I've got one that goes really
Nice.
I miss Magnus as part of the
Scoot,
scoot
scoot.
gang, and I miss Magnus.
What the fuck
Yeah.
ever happened to that guy?
Beard blowing in the wind.
He's kind of gone. He's still on Twitter. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know the name that he's under now, so they don't recognize him. But he's still on Twitter. He kind of doesn't really. He's kind of divorced himself from all the things, all the political
I
stuff.
don't blame him.
Yeah, he's just kind of over it. I think that he was attacked and smeared and doxxed and all kinds of shit, and I think he was just over it, so he bounced. And he's still around. He just doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't really talk about. He talks about like gun stuff sometimes, obviously, but he doesn't really talk about politics much anymore, unless he's just shit posting. And
Better off.
Yep.
he's around though.
That is the funniest thing when you talk about prepping stuff and like, especially around liberals, and they're like, yeah, you need guns. I'm like, you might.
Yeah.
You know,
I would rather
like,
have them than not. I'm just saying.
yeah. Like other people might.
Yeah.
You know.
I think they perhaps should not give a gun to everyone with a pulse, but you know.
No.
Yes, I'm with you.
But I'm keeping mine.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, Josh isn't allowed to have guns.
I can point mine in the right direction.
I'm keeping mine. Thank you.
You know. So.
Right here. Yeah. All right. Did we bitch
but-
enough? I'm tired.
Yeah,
think
I
so.
gotta feed some angry cats pretty quick here.
I'm just tired. I've been up like because I have poison ivy still, and it itches like fucking crazy. I've not slept all week. I wake up like every 2 hours trying to not scratch my arms off. So yeah, I'm just very tired.
I hope that heals.
I'm really pissed off. I should have bitched about that. I'm 41 fucking years old. I've never had poison ivy a day in my life, and now suddenly I have poison ivy, and I think that's bullshit. I think that if you don't ever, I should just not get it. I thought I was immune.
Yeah.
Apparently, that can change throughout your life, and I think that that's bullshit. and I would like to speak to the manager. I need to see the manager.
Yeah.
I am angry about it. Poison ivy is bullshit. It is bullshit, you guys. Fucking terrible. Oh,
pretty bad.
I had a friend that got fucking poison oak in his lungs from breathing it in smoke.
What the fuck?
He got real sick.
Oh, new fear unlocked. What the fuck?
Yeah, so be careful what you burn when you go camping.
Yeah.
You just need the the whole like aloe vera bath. Like just pure aloe vera, just a bath. You gotta
can't
like
drink aloe vera.
squidge your
No,
way
dude, I
into
can.
the like.
It's gross, but you can.
You can. You definitely can drink aloe vera. People do it all the
that
time.
shit. Tastes like fucking.
Yeah, it's
Like
tastes like a
BO and
spa
ball sweat
foot
or something. but
Yeah, like yeah, exactly.
Gross, man.
Like
terrible.
spa pedicure and a drink.
Ugh.
That's
You
terrible.
know.
Oh, Miguel's my favorite. He said Missy looks way younger than 41. You are now my favorite. Miguel's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a year older
You
than
do.
you. You look younger than I am. So
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
You're my favorite now.
So
I'm just kidding. I don't really care.
But Miguel. Yeah, I think we bitched enough.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more to bitch
What
about.
you got
but I
coming
am
up this
tired.
week?
Oh, I forgot to look. Hold on. So Gabriel, obviously on Monday. Hold on. Hold please. Okay, Gabriel on Monday.
INN News.
I have
Go ahead.
Kit Cabello from Hardlands Media on Tuesday, which is always a good time.
Nice.
I have Ian
Gator.
Schlackman and the Reverend Annie Chambers on Wednesday. I'm very excited.
Oh,
I
that's
love me
gonna be
some
good.
Reverend Annie. I have Esha. You guys probably know Esha from Twitter.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be on Thursday. And then Connor Freeman from the Libertarian Institute on Friday. I love Connor. I love those guys. They do great work. I'm not a libertarian. I say this all the time. Not a libertarian, but go support the Libertarian Institute. They genuinely do have a lot of great people over there doing really important work, regardless of whether or not I disagree with their.
Are they anti-war?
They are.
Then I'm
very
good.
much so. Yeah, very much so. And yeah, I have
Do I have
disagreements
to agree
with
with them on fucking monetary things?
I wish they
I
were
do not.
anti-Koch brothers, but you know.
Yeah, I mean they have I agree with them on a lot of things. I disagree with them on some things, but they do genuinely important work that I think people should support. So that's where I stand on
They
it.
just got to stop believing Ayn Rand. They'll be fine.
Well, some of them don't. I think that
You
there's some
know.
division on some of that stuff, but within libertarian, I mean, they're not a monolith, just like any other. That's why I hate labels, because
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yep.
it doesn't accurately represent a person's positions. I think you need to get to know somebody.
Yes.
On an individual level to really
I
understand where they
guarantee
stand.
if you got to know most people, like they probably don't fit into that quote unquote label anyway.
Absolutely not. Because everybody's got a different, like when I say libertarian, it means one thing to you. It means something else to somebody else. It means something, you know what I mean? Like everybody's got their own interpretation of what these things are, what they, what you stand for. It's, and then people just attribute
Maybe
all of these
judge people
positions
on their merits like we used to.
Yes. I don't like it when people attribute positions to me that I don't hold simply because of external forces like, oh, you talked to so and so that means you believe what they believe. No, I had a conversation with a person and we don't have to agree on everything for me to talk to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's a very weird thing to me, the whole platforming thing. Like, oh, and people still to this day get mad at me because I'm friends with libertarians and they're like, oh, well then I guess you're a libertarian. And I'm like, no, I'm just because I talk to a person doesn't mean that suddenly their beliefs are superimposed onto me and I lose my own principles. It's not how that works. It's very strange.
Yep.
It's really weird.
How dare you, Misty, talk with other people?
I know.
How dare you?
Gotta live in your isolation chamber inside your
Yeah.
bubble where you're safe. All right, Jack, shut the fuck up. Jack.
Oh, dude, I've had 3 cats screaming at me for a minute. I get it.
She's she's just nuts. Jack is nuts.
Mine
I have one I
the
named
door open and
Screamy
snuck
because
outside.
it jumps on my lap and literally screams in my face. The cutest fucking cat
yeah,
ever.
mine does too. My little shit just literally paws open the door, and I'm like, "You little shit!" He sneaks outside. I'm like, "God damn it!" You know, no, don't do that. Like, anyway, INN News Wednesday night. How did we miss that? Tomorrow night. Indie News Network channels. You should be able to find it. You're probably on it right now. But
Anthony's coming for the favorite. He said he thought I was in my early 30s. He's coming for the favorite title.
Yeah, I thought you were like 90s baby.
No, I was born in 82.
You know?
82. I'm old, bitches. Deal with it. I'm not really old. 41's not old.
I feel fucking like 175.
I feel old.
My knees feel
and
about 84 because of all the sports I played. So like going to the gym, my knees are always like, really, bitch.
Dude,
Like, it takes a while to warm
bed
up
today before I wanted to because I'm like, oh, my back hurts too much. I got to get up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
It takes a while to like get out of bed now. Like
it took me an hour and a half to be able to like kind of move.
Yeah.
Just the 2 loud ass cracks in the morning. You're like, all right, 1 knee's good, 2 knees good.
Oh, my right
all
knee
right.
is we call it at the gym, we call it old reliable because anytime we do squats, it pops.
Nice.
My right knee's a hot mess, y'all. It's terrible.
That's fun.
Yeah. My friend Ashley
Does it like
calls
completely dislocate
No,
or like
it just
because
cracks.
that sucks.
No, it just cracks.
Yeah.
And it's loud. Like it doesn't hurt or anything. It just every time it's when I come up from the bottom of the squat, it just pop like it not really pops, it clicks, we'll say.
I've got the butt wink portion.
Yeah. So we just call it old reliable because it always does it. Never fails.
It works.
Yeah.
Hey,
I would be concerned if it didn't do it,
works. actually.
I would be like, oh, what's going on? Something's
You
happening.
just need some stem cells in there. You'll be all right. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right.
We need a tagline to get out of bitch.
I don't like taglines. They seem really inauthentic. So
if you ain't first, you're last. Ricky Bobby.
Right?
We just need like a little outro video where I can just
Yeah.
you know, say
We'll work on it.
Can I just say go fuck yourselves or something? Or we're fucked? I could just say we're
Something like
fucked.
I could play the intro video.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, we could do that.
Whatever.
We do need
long enough to get Rockfin out.
We do need like a credits video for like Crab.
Yeah, we'll get someone to make that.
Yeah. Because I would like him to get credit. So
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, Miguel. I could just say later, bitches. Have you guys ever seen the Richard? Don't come for me. The Richard Dawkins thing where he's talking about science and he says science works, and then he pauses and then he says bitches. it's great. In his accent, it's great. It's funny. Okay. Anyways, all right, we're out of here. We'll be back next Saturday, same time. I'm sure there'll be much more to bitch about. And then don't forget TNT Radio, 6 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Gabriel on Monday. That's going to be an important conversation. Unfortunately, we still have to deal with this bullshit. So tune in. I'm going to ask him some things that we can do, or I don't even know if there's anything we can do, guys. It's so frustrating. Okay. Anyways, I don't mean to end on a negative note, but I am a cynical bitch. So there you go. All right. Sleepy, I love you. Reef, I love you. We'll be back next week. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll talk again soon. Later.